The Rap Roundtable.
Episode 113 of New York's #1 podcast for hip hop. Get your ones up. The Rap Roundtable is back. Ones up in the chat. Show that love as always.
Here. I'm back.
Get it.
Sincere, the rap's not back in the building. We got the 4-man rotation back. How y'all like it?
I'm
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Shout out to everybody who fucks with us. Shout out to all the supporters, all the subscribers, etc. We love y'all. We love that y'all love us. It's a great synergy right now.
Yes, sir.
One of my favorite, I always talk about it, one of my most favorite aspects of 2024 with this podcast is finding our people.
Yes.
I always say that off the air. Like, we've had people who supported the podcast, but it was a fleeting support. I felt like this year we found our audience. Yeah. People who get what we trying to do.
It was almost transactional.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right. For a while, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This ain't no more transactions.
Nah.
We can say some shit and niggas will disagree and it doesn't cause a meltdown. We just disagree and move on to the next topic. And they be like, you know what? I might have disagreed, but I fuck with y'all. I like what y'all bring to the table.
Good opinions.
So we found our people this year. We love y'all. We love everybody who hits the subscribe option, hits the share option, because we got our year end. And I noticed something that stood out.
Mad shares.
Mad shares.
A lot of shares.
And a lot of love, because we dropped 100 less videos from 2023 to 2024.
Really?
Wow.
But the numbers still numbered.
Wow.
We did less work year over year, but got more love.
Facts.
Because we found our people.
We got 1 million plus views. Run us
shout
our
to them
plaque,
OGs that took the journey with
fever,
us.
right?
Send that plaque.
Show that love, man.
Same niggas on the socials hating from year to year, but they don't even matter anymore. They're farting to win. You know what I'm saying?
They still
facts.
They still on it.
They still follow.
They make new comment. They make new pages. They try it.
You tried.
A fart in the wind is diabolical, though.
Fart in the wind. You know what I mean? They make a new page. Their very first tweet is about the podcast. And they tweet about niggas they don't know. They have conversations with other niggas in the pod world about niggas that they don't know. You don't know us. You don't know who we are.
You gotta do better.
You hate us.
Right. And you're trying so hard to engage with us to keep us in this particular space where
Hold us
you're
accountable and keep us in check.
But
fuck out of here.
Little do you know, we on to the next.
We cooking.
We on to the next stratosphere. We in a new, different realm, in a new, different space. 2025 is going to be crazy.
Let's keep we in a whole new galaxy.
Yeah, shout out to the people
we left
who've been
that orbit.
fucking with us.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people who are fucking with us. And shout out to the people who will fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? We on the way.
There's some OGs that took the journey with us. You know what I mean?
Because they saw the vision from day one. You know what I mean? Even though I ain't see Marcos in the last live, but we love you, Marcos.
Yo,
you know
that's
what I
a
mean?
fact,
He probably was
man.
at work.
Family
shit.
man. You're family
you know what I
man.
mean?
Let him rock.
Yo, and stop tagging us with certain. You know what? Let me chill. Let me chill.
Nah, say it. It needs to be said.
Let me chill. Right? People gonna get offended. But I'm just saying.
It needs to be said.
You see the work. You see the people that recognize our work. You see the people that share us. You know what I mean? You see the people that be in our comments. You see the people that retweet us, quote tweet us.
Right.
Like we're in a different realm right now, man. We're in a new space.
Right.
We're trying to get over there. Y'all motherfuckers were still worried about this space over here. We're trying to get over there.
Elevation.
Where the grass is greener.
Listen, I remember, there was a time when a person said, don't tag us with them alpha niggas because it hurts their, what was the word he used?
Oh.
It wasn't integrity.
That wasn't integrity.
The ego or something? I don't know.
Basically, the gist of what he said was, don't tag us with them because it hurts his brand.
Yeah.
Right.
Essentially. It wasn't that word that he used, but it hurts his brand to be affiliated. While we won't go that far, because it's never that deep, as far as it hurts our brand and whatever that word is, because it's the word we so far removed that I can't remember the word.
Right.
But we not affiliated with them niggas. It's Sincere's point. And I know probably as listeners you appreciate the energy that we bring because we represent the shit that you like. But we not with them niggas. They don't even like us.
They don't. They don't like us.
No funny shit.
In the league of our own, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Making our own rounds,
so,
man.
like Sin's point, when you think about pods and shit, don't put us with the rest of them niggas. They don't fuck with us. There's some allegiances. Let's be clear, some.
Yeah.
But universally,
facts.
Nah. It's the Rap Roundtable. Full stop, period.
Talk about it.
When you want to show love, tag the Rap Roundtable, period. And we will reciprocate because we never too big for the retweets. Notice that we don't reshare when you jumble us with certain cosplayers or certain bozos.
Right?
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. But if you show love to us, we will show love to you as always. It's a friendly space here. When you see us in the street, show love. You know what I mean? You see us in the chat, show love. As long as you don't get disrespectful, throw the Frank and do no crazy shit. You know what I mean?
That's it. Shit
like that.
Shout out to all the love that is out there. There's been a lot of love, man. A lot of love.
Especially from certain individuals that are in the space that we're trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Shouts to Low out there.
Okay, love, brother.
Showing support for a minute now.
Shout out to 2 T's being a light-skinned chick.
2 T's.
You know what I mean? He know what it is.
Like
he know what it is.
He's a little more reluctant, but he sees
coming
the vision.
around slowly but surely.
He sees the vision.
He waiting for us to get more clout before he,
of
you know
course.
what I mean? Before he holler.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna annoy that nigga every time. I hit the nigga today, like, yo, what's up? When we gonna do this? So come to the ghetto. Come to the ghetto with the internet. You know what I mean? So you over there with them old niggas in Cali. Come to New York, nigga.
Get the lawn chair with the TV outside.
Elliot.
Pull up.
New York need to hear from you. Not out west on the soundstage. New York, you a Queens nigga, right? Pull up.
Feel me?
You know what I mean? We got some questions. You got the answers.
Yeah.
But starting off in 2026, speaking of stratospheres and galaxies and things of that nature.
2025.
You're right. I'm jumping ahead. Maybe I'm
so far ahead of my time.
But we're going to visibly show you where we are as far as affiliations and collaborations.
Talk about
and where we trying to go. Stay tuned, you see.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
It ain't that no more. It's this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Business is about to pick up.
There you go. There you go. But anyway, you can find a Rap Roundtable Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, Twitter.
And at your mama's house.
At your mama's crib. You know what I mean? Especially if you look nice. It's your boy Jarv alongside the Rap Side, alongside Dini the Balance, alongside the homie Mase, 4 quarters of the order. Fully on deck. The beat you hear in the background is brought to you by Sincere Beats. He makes beats.
Holla at me.
We got the homie Walt on the boards tonight. So we got the full gang in the building.
The team here.
The Avengers.
You know what I'm saying?
Whole team.
Shout out to Josh. But you know, it's a little different Walt to say because Walt is ahead. And Walt chimes in from time to time. You probably heard him off like a couple of times.
Walt the Great.
Josh be like Nick Fury, you know.
Facts.
What I mean? So.
Josh is definitely Nick Fury.
That's facts, bro.
He's only here for business.
Yeah, exactly.
Mission complete.
There's no such thing as a social call with Josh is involved, all right? And he will tell you that.
Soldier?
Yes, sir.
Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Everything at a price. You first to the $1 million man.
Facts.
But
love that about you though.
Respect, man. Hustle.
Facts.
Let's get into this Roundtable Awards. For the people who don't know, year over year, we cap the year. Instead of doing like a year in review, we hand out the awards to the people we felt like had the strongest year in rap.
Big facts.
2024 has been a really good year for rap, regardless of what Fat Joe might say. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Fat Joe been pissing me off.
Yeah.
No.
2024 has been a strong year. And instead of like who did this and who did that, we talk about awards. And as always, we start off with the Rap MVP Award.
Yes, sir.
Who carried rap in 2024? So, what we do is for the people who don't know, we give our picks, and then we come to a consensus. You know what I'm saying?
We need a consensus?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
So, Masito, who's your pick
what you
for
doing?
2024 rap MVP?
Hold on, what happened?
The voice. Talk to us.
What happened to the rotation, man?
Yeah, it's right.
Nah,
Shout out to Rob Mark.
I'm not.
You know what I mean?
right next to you, bro. Yo, just throw the pass.
It's Roundtable.
I see what's going on, man.
You know what I mean?
And here we are.
Listen,
I see what's happening.
let's talk about it. Man. Let's talk about it. Listen.
Let's go.
I don't want
Sin already smiling and laughing with
She's an ass nigga.
goddamn
She's an ass
segment
nigga.
for me. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm shameless, but not that shameless. All right, the MVP is Kenny Lamar, man.
Okay.
Let's not even do algebra here. You know what I'm saying?
It's not Drake?
No rocket science.
Hey,
you know what
it's
I mean?
not Canada?
You know what I mean? Listen,
Wow.
the MVP.
It's close for the holidays.
Let's talk about the MVP of the six. You know what I'm saying? This is the MVP of the rap game.
I respect it.
It's Kendrick Lamar, man. Come on now. The grand victor of the most notorious battle there's 3 great world wars in hip hop, and he had the most decisive win in all of them. We spoke about last week. We spoke about this might be one of the greatest years in rap history, putting it up there with peak 50 and Snoop and Pac years. You know what I mean? And he's still going. You know what I mean? Like this. I'm not gonna be, trust me, when the downfall comes, I'm gonna be, dancing in the parade, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be like him in the Squabble Up video, acting nonchalant about it, you know what I'm saying? When it happens, I'll be there, but let's not be ridiculous here. Kendrick Lamar in a landslide for the MVP this year.
In a landslide.
Damn.
He need a balance. What is your pick?
Sir Duckworth.
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is, like too many things to attribute, man. The way he just shifted the way that people listen to this shit now. Like Drake is actually officially out of here in terms of like, those.
That's why you out of the embassy, man.
Yo, I'm just saying, like, it's crazy.
This guy's a Trojan horse, huh?
You feel me?
Like I said, I spent years arguing with niggas, bro, about how this nigga was not the one.
Is this 616?
Why he was being the one, but I mean, when you have to defeat the one to be the one, I mean,
be the man, right?
Is that how he found out Baca has a weird case? Is that? Yeah. Were you the guy?
I was not in the embassy.
Oh, okay.
I was outside, like, yo, keep doing y'all thing, man. Drop another song.
Wow.
Or take a vacation.
We needed friends
That's
at
crazy,
the time,
bro.
Oh,
Jesus. So you was the nigga I was talking about when Drake get hot, the street niggas not gonna jump in. You just. Oh, you there for the good time when he get hot.
When I was
me, Maul, and Chubbs fighting for our life.
When I had foot to ass,
shit.
I had 1,000 people
affiliate.
Knuckle up. Now that he's down bad, there's nobody to be found. It just looks a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to all of y'all.
Affiliate,
shout out to all of y'all who who left your man behind. But Kenny had an exceptional year. Jumped in on an amazing album, gave us a verse that changed the whole shit. Forced, like you said, top 3, maybe the highest profile battle as far as like where everybody was at their time and who they are at the moment. Then solidifies that with the pop out, locks in the Super Bowl, now going on a world stadium tour. Like, I mean, salute to that man. Like I say, when it's your time, it's your fucking time, B.
All right.
It's your fault with all that 5 years shit, Dean.
Yo,
that's a fact.
Like, I blame Deanie, bro.
You spent a lot of segments pissing sin off, my nigga.
Cut me a
you know
check,
what I'm saying?
man.
So it's like now you here picking them. It's kind of awkward.
I'm good.
If I'm motivation, I'll be motivation.
See, I always knew though, man.
Yo,
I kept telling you, like, y'all hate when I be like, yo, yeah, I feel it in the force. Y'all just not on the wavelength. Y'all don't feel it. Y'all don't sense it.
I
Y'all
go with the facts, bro.
hated that. But here we are.
Yeah, we are. But so my pick is my pick for MVP of 2024 is J. Cole. Shout out to Cole World.
All right.
Locking it down at the Garden.
Right.
Getting the people going. Our most emotional topic of 2024. J. Cole divided the culture. 52,000 of the dies. It's Kenny. Yeah, that's right. I mean, there's never been a more obvious MVP since we've done this show.
Since we did
It's Kendrick Lamar. He dominated the surprise album. 4 consecutive weeks of 6-digit units. Like,
in this time, it's crazy.
They tried to bottom. He beat the charges anyway. I'm still spinning the album. Mad niggas is still spinning that. Mase is still spinning the album. Yeah. You know what I mean? Baylor's yelling peekaboo out west. You know what I'm saying?
Shirts.
He's the MVP. I don't got too much to say. Unanimous MVP. To say the rap snob, the floor is yours, sir.
Listen, man. About a year ago, we was right here. Well, at the table over there, off camera, but we migrated over this way. But when we were at the table last year doing the 2023 recap, we was talking heavy Drake. For all the dogs,
missed them days, man.
First person shooter, you know what I mean. Then he spun back around with the Scary Hours edition.
Niggas bullied him into that, man.
Heavy on the rapidy rap.
Necessary.
You know what I mean. Conductor Williams, all that. Drake was on top of the world, honestly.
Yep.
You know what I mean. 2 collabs with J. Cole. We didn't see that coming.
2 epic collabs.
Epic collabs. Seemed like the boy was on top of the world. For all the dogs, that's an album was what it was. But the moments, and then the Scary Hours 3, like, yo, boy looked untouchable. You know what I mean? Less than 6 months later, March 22nd, 2024 to be exact, everything changed. That boy Kenny came out on that Future record like that, shook up the world. He planted his flagpole. He drew the line in the sand. And it was all.
What?
Oh yeah, the word pole
What?
did not need to be necessary now.
What do you mean? He planted the flagpole.
He planted the
Planted
what?
flag,
The
bro.
flagpole.
Hey.
Hold on.
That's it.
Sir,
A little heinous.
he
What
planted
is
his flag. That's it.
The flagpole
All right.
part, yeah.
Hey.
Easy. Easy, sir.
He planted his flag.
All right.
All right. You know what I mean? I guess I got a flag on the play. But.
Oh, yeah. That was a 15-yard. You know what I mean?
It's apropos, you know?
All right. But he planted his flag. He drew the line in the sand. He said, "Thou shalt not pass. This is my game." And he's had the game in the palm of his hand ever since. You know what I mean? And throughout the whole thing, there was doubters, there was detractors, there was Kenny's on the clock. Where's Kenny at?
You was one of them.
Nah, no, I wasn't.
You was ready to call it. You was ready to call the
I
fight.
was call it.
You was ready to call it.
Get the fuck out of here.
After that,
I was
after
at
Taylor
look,
It was under
look.
pressure, boy.
Nervous.
I felt the pressure
It was under
from
pressure.
you
Shit.
guys and
Snoop
from
Dogg?
everybody
I
else.
missed them days.
But I'm ready to call it is a bit far.
Yeah, maybe I exaggerated it.
A little,
you know?
yeah.
Good
That's
days,
a little bit of an exaggeration. But yeah, I mean, there was that time period where it was like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's been a week, 2 weeks, like, where was he at? But I mean, always have faith. And Euphoria dropped, Meet the Grams dropped. Oh, 616 in LA dropped. Not Like Us dropped.
Yeah.
GNX dropped. The pop out happened. The Super Bowl was announced. If I'm missing anything, let me
Did the
know.
Christmas joint.
The Christmas joint out west.
Been everywhere.
TV
Just popped out on SZA's album, the deluxe of her album, and he's been running the game since March 22nd. Shouts to 2T's. I'm gonna give 2T's his flowers here. He tweeted. He said, "From Like That to Gloria, it's been a masterclass. Absolute 100%. Like the battle was so tactically perfect. You know what I mean? Like not a single misstep. He cleared. Not only did he clear Drake in the battle itself, cleared Cole in the process because he just ducked out. You know what I mean? I don't know how many of y'all remember this scene in the Michael Keaton 1989 Batman.
Yeah.
Where he was fucking somebody up in the back alley, fucked him up real bad, and then like the next goon behind him, he was looking at him, and Batman was like, "Come here," and he just dropped.
Yeah, he
he
ran
just
away.
dropped the weapon and ran. That's Cole.
Classic.
That's what Cole did in his battle. That
That's
was
the
Cole.
bar, Sid.
He looked at him and he was like, "I don't want no parts of nothing he just did."
Called that man
To
a
that
random
man over
henchman?
there, I don't.
OVO goon, bro.
I don't want no parts of that smoke, man.
Wow.
Then Tyler, not to throw Tyler in the mix, but Tyler came through and dropped Chromacopia. Big drop, big numbers. You know what I mean? Big buzz, big wave. People started putting him in the conversation like, oh, yeah, the same way we talking about Drake, Cole, Kendrick, we got to start talking about Tyler. And what happened? Not too long after that, I don't even know the exact timeline, maybe like a week, 2 weeks later, GNX drops upon everybody's head top, upon Tyler's head top. You know what I mean? And just cleared him out the way too. Nobody's talking about that Tyler shit no more. It's all Kendrick, all GNX.
The popular conversation when niggas is playing out.
All right.
Still getting spit.
Why he gotta catch it straight? He part of the team.
Look,
He was at the pop out.
He was at the pop out, so I'll take it easy on him. But shit. GNX is ruling everything. Still
The Rap
100,000
Roundtable.
units. You know what I mean? 4th week out. Who's doing that in 2024?
Shit.
Kenny. It is what it is. Kenny, this is a year for the ages, man. A year for the ages. Up there with, we talked about it with Pac in 96. It's in the conversation. I'm not saying it's better, but it's got to be in the conversation. Top 2, top 3 years of all time.
It's up there.
Kendrick, Duckworth, Lamar.
Yeah,
They will be talking about this in 10, 20 years.
of course. This is their Hove and Nas, and I'm thankful to be a Hove fan because Hove didn't get cooked like this. You know what I mean? In hindsight, all of the bad feelings I had about losing and not admitting defeat
Redeemed.
for over a decade and a half, Hove ain't go out like this. You know what I'm saying? That nigga went right back to work, drop some features,
like you're
drop the
supposed to.
album. He ain't go
And
out like no
made
misstep.
music that motherfuckers still cared about.
Right.
Ain't lose a step.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And real quick, that J. Cole bar, that was a bar. I wonder, you think that fan page is gonna try to jump us now? Remember they tried to
From
catch us
last
earlier
time,
this year?
Yeah. Shout out to y'all, man. Just have a conversation.
And I remember the cosplayers thought they had one because we got jumped by the Cole fans, even though we made a valid ass point
points, man.
and it wasn't universal acclaim.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember all of that. That page been real quiet. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
Yeah, it did.
Oof.
Appreciated that 20K video.
That's a fact. A little more than that, but you know,
Oh, yeah.
we've been
Facts.
pissing people off all year long. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Rap Roundtable.
Yeah,
You
man.
gotta give
Active.
ourselves an award. Best underground pod in the space.
Hell
They've
yeah.
been giving us
Not
like
just
Under
that
overground.
space.
Pretty easily.
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Under
Because I
overground.
watch
Right.
all y'all niggas.
Let's
I ain't
give
gonna
us
lie. I
our
watch
proper
everybody.
respect.
We got to give our flowers to y'all give them to us. You know what I'm saying? We got to give each other our own damn flowers.
That's a fact. We don't even talk like that often, but you know, we had a strong year. Niggas know who we are. You know what I'm saying?
man.
Hell
And that's all I care about. They
That's
know who we are.
Motion.
That's it.
That's it.
Motion,
For,
y'all.
for better or worse, we either a great pod or we them annoying New York niggas. One or the other.
One or the other.
We'll take it,
One or
man.
the other.
I'll take it. But next award to hand out. This one's gonna be a little more divisive.
Possible.
First unanimous MVP ever on this pod, I think.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I
But
think so.
album of the year. I don't know where to start. Matter of fact, we'll just go right back to Sin. We know it's GNX, but let them talk about it anyway.
Cooks, man.
I mean, to be completely honest, this wasn't as easy for me to call it.
Right.
Because Common and Pete Rock they've had a place in my heart with the Auditorium album this entire year since it dropped.
He definitely
Even in the
talked
midst
about
of the beef, he was
Yeah.
saying that was the album.
Yeah, in the midst of the beef and everything, you know what I mean? Because, you know, Kenny hadn't dropped an album. So, like, as far as an album was concerned, that Common and Pete Rock album, like, it really held me down this year. But when it's all said and done, it's got to be GNX, man. GNX is the album of the year, decidedly. For a lot of reasons. You know, one, just the message of it, the message of the fact that it even happened and the way that it dropped and the way that it controlled the space, right? So, even before getting into the album, before getting into the content and the quality of the music, like just that moment of the surprise drop just shook everything up. Then there's the music of it all. You know, we could have the conversation. I don't think we've really sat down and had the full conversation about like how it stacks up with his other albums and his discography. We'll save that for another time, probably. But this is his most clearly his most West Coast album, his most grounded album in his roots. You know what I mean? And that's so special. It's got a bounce, it's got a freshness to it. I mean, it's 2020. We're 50 years into hip hop. That's the thing about hip hop in this age. It's like, and why, you know, a lot of fans and a lot of listeners will be like really nitpicky about albums and music, and you know, it's good, but it doesn't hit like, you know, that song or that album from 20 years ago. We're 50 years in. It's hard to put something out that feels fresh,
Like reinventing the wheel, basically.
that feels urgent, that feels, you know what I mean? Like it's a moment in time when you're 50 years into a genre. And that's exactly what GNX has done. Like it's, you know what I mean? And again, not to bring Drake into the conversation, but it's intertwined. This is the thing that we've been saying about Drake's projects and music for a while now, is that it doesn't feel fresh. It feels rehashed. It feels like just, rinse and repeat from the last project. This GNX project don't sound like nothing else that was out there. It's just like such a breath of fresh air. The bounce, the song writing, the structures, the production, the features, took it back to LA and Cali and the underground artists from around that way. He's made such a statement with this album. Then you have the joint like Squabble Up, crazy, TV Off, crazy, Hey Now, crazy, Dodger Blue, such a vibe. The joint with SZA, Luther, such a vibe. It touched on so many different facets of Cali music and Cali culture. The Hard Part 6, phenomenal. I could go on and on. It's the album of the year, man. Plain and simple.
So say the Rap Snob chooses GNX, gives you a well thought out reason why. They need a balance. What is your album of the year?
We Don't Trust You. Like really the thing that kicked off this entire Fuck Drake campaign.
Yeah. That's very true.
Album drops. Features Kenny. You know what I'm saying? Who culminates the whole Free Smoke tour. The music was sonically great. Like I still listen to this album to this day. And this shit came out in March. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure Kenny.
Top 5 song of the year for me. You
know what I'm saying? Princess Diamonds. Like, come on, bro.
Put up
type
your mortgage.
Shit. Like, it just the shit with The Weeknd. It's just so many. First of all, fully produced by Metro. Shout out to Metro. You know what I'm saying? I think like the thing that makes Kendrick album so fire that it had a theme. You know what I'm saying? And the theme was basically like, I'm coming to get the crown back.
Yeah.
This theme, the theme of the fucking We Don't Trust You is basically like, we them niggas. You know what I'm saying? The other niggas you see that you think is them niggas are not them niggas. We them niggas. Keep your eyes peeled for those types of niggas, So I just feel like it's set the whole trend.
Interludes to drive
paying homage to Prodigy of the infamous Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying? Dropping gems all through the joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? Big New York. Shout out to Future. Shout out to Atlanta. For an Atlanta and a Midwest nigga like fucking Metro from St. Louis. To go back and get them OP clips, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That they fuck with the culture. They see what's going on. You see Future was in New York City. You see he had the Timbs on. See he had the overalls on. You see he was in Harlem. Getting the vibe. Like, I just loved it. The whole energy behind the album, and it was the first, like I said, it was the kickoff to like showing that Drake kind of like could be vulnerable in a position. We didn't see this, bro. Right. Even with Pusha, there was, you know what I'm saying? It was decline, but it's not like this. It's not like he wasn't invisible. The nigga's damn near invisible, bro. Like, we ain't seen nothing since he cut his hair. Like, it really, but the music
to
itself,
be fair,
though.
That's what we asked for. We said take a break, bro.
We did. And we asked for the nigga to cut his hair.
But like a mad long.
Not the hair.
Take that break.
Yo.
It took 4 or 5 songs. One landed. Mad IG posts. Subs.
Sorry, Mase.
IG burner accounts. It took a lot before the break came.
Street anthems. Pop joints on it that you could play like anywhere. Strip club tunes. Like, it just, to me, that album just hits on all facets, bro. Like, I really, really fuck with that album. I thought Future gave us, it wasn't the regular mumble shit that Future usually gives us. He was talking, and he followed it up with the joint after that, which I wasn't the biggest fan of, but like, and he dropped the ski joint. So it's like a culmination, bro. Like, he just did a lot of amazing shit this year.
He had an MVP-ish year. Kenny the unanimous, but he had a strong year.
If not for Kenny in this battle happening, it would have been Future, bro.
I don't know about that. I had a different pick for my MVP candidate.
Copy.
I mean, it don't matter. I can tell you who I was going to pick. I was going to pick 38, low-key. He was going to be my dog horse. 38 had a special year.
He had an amazing year.
He had a special year.
You know what I'm saying? He's definitely risen from the underground. Like, it's He's talented, man. He's extremely talented.
I would have had Future too.
That's a good pick though, Dean.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Besito, where we at, bro?
Listen, this is gonna be the last of the K-Bot hour on this side. You know what I mean? I'm already pissed off. Already wondering why they didn't call out of this pod.
That's crazy, bro.
But it's GNX, bro. It's GNX. You know,
The Rap
this is in
Roundtable.
a year full of albums, in my opinion, that were good but not great.
No.
A bunch of a year that there were a lot of great rap performances, but not necessarily translated in the music sense. Kendrick is the one that checked all the boxes to me. GNX from Whacked Out Murals, you were. One thing about me is I need rap albums to be like almost like a thriller in a movie. You know what I mean? I need to be on the edge of my seat the whole album. I want to be, you know what I mean? I'm not looking for maybe the super complex bars, but I do want to be waiting there to see what you gonna say next. You know what I mean? Those are the top of the line rap albums to me throughout my entire life. And GNX is right there. Like, just like you say, you know, I know it hasn't been out for a while, for that long, but you know, I'm still listening to it every day to this day. You know what I mean? Reincarnated to me might be the rap song of the year. You know what I mean? We'll speak about that later. Listen, man, like at the end of the day, like melodies, hooks, bars, concepts, like this is what you want out of rap. You don't want the clout shit, you know, you don't want the just all the way hits, you know, shout to the Playboy Cardi type niggas of the world. You know what I mean? I love the overground underground, but sometimes, you know, you don't want to just be sitting there and it be too wordy all day. You know what I mean? A nigga like Kendrick, you know what I mean? I know he like Drake with the melodies, but Kendrick with the melodies ain't bad, bro. Like, let's be honest there. You know what I mean? He got SZA looking like the 2024 Mary J. Blige, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the album that was needed this year. In a year of peaks and valleys, in a year of drama, in a year of, you know, what's gonna go on. This was like the icing on the cake for the year to me. You know what I mean? You know, Sin and Job spoke about it in relation to the rest of his discography. I said it before, I say it again. Right now, for me, it's my favorite after Good Kid. You know what I mean? Like, that's the energy I felt with this album. Perfectly sequenced, perfect album length, perfect production. Yeah. Like, I don't know what the fuck made bro get Jack Antonoff for this shit, but you know, shouts to the Swifties, bro. Like, my nigga, like this works, man. This was, you know, even this is what I wanted to hear with Mr. Morale, even. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kendrick, one thing about him, you know what I mean? Even if I won't say he's my favorite rapper, he's always been somebody that's must listen to when he drops an album, bro. Like, you want to see what sound he's gonna use. You want to see what perspective he's coming from. You want to see what he's gonna do. You know what I mean? And like the rest of his albums, this was the West Coast sound album, right? Mm-hmm. This was the, you know, the answer to all of the speculation album. You know what I mean? It delivered, bro. It absolutely delivered. To me, you know, before GNX, you know, we podcasters, so we kind of have this shit in our head all years, right? Have this shit in our head all year. Like, what are the songs of the year? What are the verses of the year? What are the albums of the year? I found it very difficult the entire year, even with the albums I liked, until this album came out. It was pretty obvious after that. So I got GNX.
Say that.
All right. I'm mad at that. Some well thought out opinions. You know, Kenny, to me, as he continues to flesh out his career, I feel like he has two different like album tracks, like as far as like paths. Like, to me, there's Good Kid, and then after you go to Good Kid, you go to Damn and GNX. Mm-hmm. Then you go to Pimp a Butterfly, Mr. Morale. But everything is like Good Kid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good Kid is the perfect balance of both of his Gemini twins. Because he got the commercial side with the Dams and the GNX, where he's still getting his messages off, but he's giving you radio-friendly music. Then we got the full-on militant, I don't give a fuck about nothing, Kenny, which is the Pimp a Butterfly, Mr. Morale. And I think that duality, when it's all said and done and we look back on his career, it might be a situation where it's going to ruffle some feathers, but there's going to be some GOAT talk to be had about Kenny. When we talk about the duality, the creativity, the ability to lean in both worlds at a high level. How many rappers can lean in both, in all time discussions, can lean in both worlds at a high level? It's not too many. You might be able to only count on one hand. There's some niggas who do one thing really good. Like, say what you want about Drake. Drake does what he does best, really good. Cole, whatever he does really good, right? For the new era. We got the Coke bars, you got your Bennies, your Pushers, your West Sides. They do, you know what I mean? Hove close. Hove and Nas to me are kind of like, they becoming more and more anomalies to me because they didn't have to reside anywhere. They could just do whatever they wanted to do, but there's no clear paths. They gave you albums with those paths.
Biggie too.
Big would have been that. He would have been.
Too short.
He would have been that. Pac, to me, Pac was his best when he was more militant than commercial. He could do the commercial shit, and the stats do support it. But militant Pac was better than commercial Pac. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Kenny might be the only nigga who could do the radio shit, the poppy shit, and the militant shit at this level. But let's give it some more time to marinate. But I think if you heard it anyway, you heard it from us first. He might be the nigga to bridge this gap. It'd be the best to ever do it when it's all said and done. Because he got the Kanye aesthetic as well.
Yeah.
So you got the classics. GNX is gonna go down as a classic when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Because if it's moving like this in this climate, at this clip, it's gonna be talked about.
It's just so connected to 2024.
Good Kid is a hip hop classic. It's universal acclaim. Like there's no argument. It's part of the lexicon of rap.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you got the contemporary albums where you can say Typical Butterfly, say what I want to say about it, but it's in the conversation, right? Damn came back and it was a monster.
Yeah.
Follow that up with the Black Panther soundtrack. Like he got runs, bro.
Yeah.
But all of that being said, like for me, I don't want to take nothing away from GNX. I love the album. I've been saying Schoolboy since it dropped.
Yeah.
But here's where I'm gonna be fair. Schoolboy took you the same twists and turns that I think GNX took you on, but GNX, I think, was a little more cohesive. It was more composed.
Yeah.
I see now what Sin was talking about when he was like, this album's all over the place.
Chaotic.
Yeah.
It's too chaotic. Kenny album, if you want to say cohesive, he got West Coast slaps and he got shit with SZA, Reincarnated, you know what I'm saying? Dodger Blue. All the argument could be made that this album, some of these songs don't go with the other one, but it just works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It does.
And I think that's where Schoolboy missed the mark. Because there's joints on the Schoolboy album where it's like, this song is amazing. Schoolboy's rapping better than he's ever rapped. But then I hear GNX and I'm like, yeah, I can see what niggas is saying now. You can make a chaotic album, make it make sense. And I think that's the great divide between GNX and Schoolboy. So while I wanting to cover the Schoolboy sweater.
Culture.
Me personally, I love Schoolboy. That's my personal album of the year. As a responsible podcaster, I gotta give it to Kenny. And the main reason I'm giving it to Kenny is because it's good and the public response to it is real. Because he could have did his 300 or whatever first week, and then he could have just fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
And then we could have been on to the next thing, right? Like, I mean, to Sin's point, he didn't mean to step on Tyler. I don't know what Tyler's numbers are, but Tyler didn't do at least 100K 4 consecutive weeks.
No.
He didn't. Kenny the only nigga in rap doing that.
Yeah.
Part of that, and based on what we know from what Mase has taught us about how streaming works, the numbers are numbering because people are playing the album and they're playing it at a high clip. It's not niggas going to the store and living off the hype. It's people who probably bought the album already still playing it, because these songs are fire.
Yeah.
You know, we saw Absol put the tweet out saying niggas is playing with his name. But if you do 5K first week, it's only down from there because you didn't make an album that niggas wanted to play. Now, again, I don't agree with the streaming aspects of how it works, but fair is fair, bro. You got to make niggas want to play your shit. If these are the rules, as much as I hate it, if these are the rules, Kenny's the only rapper to make niggas a month into the drop still want to play it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I would look ridiculous to give it to Schoolboy. I got to give it to Kenny because he's the only nigga with that level of impact right now.
Yeah.
Mike Delete Later didn't even have that nigga. He sipped on his own dick. Pause.
Yeah.
But Mike Delete Later didn't have that impact. Mike Delete Later didn't even touch 200 first week. I think it was like 117 or some shit like that first week. So I got to give it to Kenny. I want to give it to Schoolboy because I love the album personally. But if it's professional rap,
Yeah.
and Kenny did the professional rapper thing
Gourmet rap.
at the highest level.
Yep.
So, not unanimous, but GNX album of the year for the Roundtable Awards.
Yes, yes.
Fair is fair.
Yeah. Give Kenny his flowers for sure.
Let's move on though. We gonna stay up the block. We on this is the Kenny album. I'm sorry, Mase.
Oh man.
But we gotta talk about 50 Cent. He apparently is OVO 50. Like he has a relationship with Drake.
Yeah.
He's on the Andrew Schulz podcast, that fucking dork. And he's basically saying that the industry is positioning Kenny to get Drake out the way. He's making it he's telling a story that makes it seem as if Drake is the 50 Cent in a situation. When in reality, from my vantage point, Kenny been 50 the whole time, and Drake been cold. Not cold. Shit, Brody is slip. Wow, Drake has been Ja Rule.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting for me to see him take this angle and essentially go on a pro Drake campaign, doing this media run on Cam Show, on Andrew Schulz, that fucking clown. So Masito, you're the 50 Cent fan. Before you fell in love with Pac, 50 was your guy.
Come on, man.
Make this make sense. I'm not saying I'm ready to argue with 50, but like, why is he so pro Aubrey in this situation?
Well, I don't, shouts you, Jav, at the top of the episode. You mentioned, all of the new people here to be on the journey with us. That's showing love. That's seeing the pod. So they might not be versed in Masito. You know what I'm saying? One thing about me is I love to tell the guys that they wrong, and they've been wrong the entire time here. This Ja Rule thing, I've been telling y'all since the beginning. It's Kanye and 50. That's what 50 sees. He sees what, if you remember 07, what was 50 saying? Jay-Z and Def Jam are ganging up on me to outsell me. I'm equal to the entire South. They have to do these we taking over songs because they're all equal to one me. That's what 50 was saying in 2005, 2006, 2007. Drake, he completely sees himself in what Drake is going through. In 50's eyes, he was on top of the world until what? The entire industry ganged up on him and Jimmy Iovine turned his back on him. 50 sees his spirit animal. I know, people see the light-skinned Canadian guy, but it's music. And 50 was a nigga who was in the Drake spot. You know what I mean? Ja Rule was never in the Drake spot, bro. He wasn't, bro.
You're right.
50 was the guy. You know what I mean? And after years of dominance, it took, the South blowing up. It took Kanye blowing up. It took Wayne blowing up. It took a lot of people to make 50 not the guy anymore. So when, throughout the entire situation, 50 has felt kinship towards Drake. You know what I mean? Drake had the G-Unit chain and enjoy it. The Who Kid in Push-Ups was letting you know about the angle coming in Family Matters. So, 50 has been in this guy's side the whole time. And he sees a situation where, because this is something that 50's talked about for even years after. He even blamed Ebro a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He sees that Drake is, so dominant that people don't like it anymore. That's what 50 sees. And he relates to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? He relates to it. He relates to the situation where...
I got a take, but I'm going to let you cook.
He relates to the situation...
I do too.
He relates to the situation where Kanye brought a whole entire new wave, a wave that 2 or 3 years before it happened, it would have sounded crazy, Kanye beating 50 Cent. In 03 or 04, that would have sounded ludicrous until it happened. That's how it happened here. All of the songs on the Billboard chart, the 4 weeks of 100K, this was shit that we would have thought Drake was doing, right? Only for it to be Kenny a year later. So that's all, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people, they trying to tie my boy that Jeffrey Atkins, you know what I mean? But nah, he's the 50 in this situation, bro. And that's why he's showing love, because he ultimately he feels like he went through the same shit.
Sincere.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Mase. I do, in terms of like 50 seeing a part of himself in Drake. But I think that's the issue at hand, the same way it was back in 07, today in 2024. It's 50. What were his albums? Get Rich or Die Trying, and then The Massacre, and then Curtis. Right. As we saw those albums unfold, like the trajectory of those albums, like 50 started becoming more and more like calculated about like the business of music. You know what I mean? To the point where the music it started not feeling organic, and it started not feeling like art. It started feeling like product. You know what I mean? To the point where he's checking off, it felt like he was checking off checklists of, all right, I got this joint for the South, I got this joint for the West, I got this joint for New York, I got this joint for the ladies, I got and at a certain point, people start getting sick of that, right? And then when there's a newer, fresher energy that's on the scene, at that time Kanye, people are like, oh, let me see what this guy has to say. Let me see what his music sounds like. You know what I mean? But at that point, you know, Kanye was 3 albums in already. You know what I mean? And so that wave was already sort of breaking through, right? With this, I feel the same kind of dynamic playing out, where it's like Drake's music, like I just said, like, you know, some minutes ago, it started just feeling too calculated and too like, all right, you know, like playing the streaming game, playing the streaming number, like, you know what I mean? It almost feels like paint by the numbers. You know what I mean? And that's where people at some point again start looking at it and they're like, all right, this was cool, but now like what's the new fresh energy? Like I need to feel some new fresh energy. And here comes Kendrick, right place at the right time, you know what I mean? And he, you know, with the last album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, like he put that album out, I think more so for himself than anything. But he put that album out almost as like a breakthrough. Like he needed to work through everything that he talked about on that album. He needed to work it through his music, to the point where he can get to this space where he can provide that fresh energy that people want out of out of the space. You know what I mean? Right. And so, you know, 50's gonna see himself in Drake because that was him. Drake's approach was 50's approach back then. You know what I mean? And that only works but for so long, and people are gonna be like, all right, that's cool, but it feels stale now. Like, where's the fresh energy?
Interesting perspective.
Right. I do think that. I think that he relates to him, and people relate to what they relate to. You know, like if it's what you said, all the concerted effort of all these different factions that have to take him down. Like, granted, Kendrick is the one that did the final blow. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But it don't feel like the whole world. Don't it feel like the whole world was kind of like a joint collaborative effort? Yeah, that was crazy. A joint collaborative effort to kind of like, nah, it didn't just feel like, yo, it's just Kendrick like beating this guy down. It felt like the people literally saying, yo, like rooting for Kendrick to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? It's a different energy when it's like not just like the industry people trying to get rid of you, but when the fans are kind of like just tired of you. You know, that's crazy. You know, that's a success that a lot of people will never reach. So maybe that's why 50 feels that kindred spirit. And you know, 50 is the type of nigga like, yo, you my friend. Outside of Mayweather, we forever friends, you know? It's only like, I mean, look at Yayo, outside of like Banks, but for the most part, when he has a friend,
I think
like
Banks on the shit list right now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But I'm talking about like let's say like Murder is on the team now. You know, like when he fucks with you, he fucks with you. So I'm thinking he may feel that way about Drake. And he might also feel like, yo, maybe the fans, maybe the world did prop up Kenny. You know, because it just seemed like the free world just loved Kenny. It might be what you said, the whole fresh energy. It might just be like, yo, you've been here for 15 years, bro. And the small part of me, it's like when we say we're tired of this, we want a fresh energy. It's like, damn, a nigga giving you like 7-8 styles. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds crazy on his face. Like you're making 7 different types.
Like Drake giving you 7?
Yeah, like I'm talking about just an artist giving you all that different type of like flavor. And it's like we're saying it's not enough. It just sounds crazy on his face. Because we always wanted the MC to do that kind of thing. Like, who's the MC that could like bridge the gap and make everything sounds fire? Like, imagine if Michael Jackson could rap type shit. You know what I'm saying? It would have been like like that kind of thing. And we he gave us that.
I think people soured on Drake after the whole Quentin Miller thing.
The questionable pen will always be a downfall.
Right. Whether it's accurate, not accurate, we not vouching for nobody, but I know there was a shift in perspective when it came to Drake after the QM shit.
Big chinks in the armor, and that's one of the things the cloth does not respect. You know, you can get away with a lot of things in the world, but that's just, you can't be the top blank if that's your MO.
But to a certain extent, sorry, Job, but to a certain extent though, like I think there was a time when Drake was giving us all these different styles, and we were cool. Even as not a fan of Drake, I was cool with it. You know what I mean?
Vibes,
One Dance and what was the other one that was on the same album?
Yes,
Rhyme Bling.
One Dance. Controller.
Fire.
It felt at the time. I don't know. It just
Popcorn on
It felt fresher. It felt like more inspired. But then again, there was something about Drake's output that just felt like recycling the same ideas over and over again. And people noticed that. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. There's a lot here. There's some strong points being made. But, you know, I feel like sometimes when we have these artists, we have the ego of famous niggas, rich niggas, they become obtuse in that ego. And they don't start telling the whole truth. They tell the truth from a certain point of view, right? So like Masito opened this segment up discussing the whole Kanye 50 angle, right? And 50 sees a lot of himself in Drake. But what was left out of that, I was waiting for Drake for Mase to say, but he never said it. What was left out of both arguments was, to Sin's point, but even more so, a level of staleness to the top nigga on the food chain. The difference between 50 and Drake, I would say, is as far as top nigga on the food chain goes, is longevity. 50 was more of like a rocket, like wow, like number one with a bullet, but then he faded very quickly. Drake got that at number one spot, and he held it for quite a bit. I think that is Drake's GOAT claim beyond anything else. It's the fact that once he got to numero uno, he was the guy for a cool decade.
Yeah.
The only reason why niggas will never give him that is because of the controllers and the one dances and the hotline blings. Whereas like you kind of cheating, you're not, because this is not rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like when I go to the 50 Cent of it all, let's take it to 07. That was when the whole Kanye thing happened, right?
Yeah.
50 was already falling. The 50 that Get Rich 50 didn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
That guy
was out of here.
I want to make sure that I make it clear this is not a critique of 50 Cent. I'm just talking about what happened. This is the history as I remember.
Yeah.
It was Get Rich.
What was that? It was 4 years.
Right.
It was like 12 million, then like 5 million or some shit like that.
It was Get Rich. It was The Massacre. What was the album that he competed with Kanye?
That's
Curtis. Shout out Killer.
Curtis.
The thing that I remember about it is 50, in his own arrogance, would do these interviews where he would talk about the formula. I do this, then you do that, and we did this for Banks, and Banks did this, and he sold 4 million. It was 4 million Banks did, right?
Yeah, eventually.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was always, and then everyone else who fucking was G Unit had the same formula. They would come through, right? You had Yayo Came Home, So Seductive. I Know You Don't Love Me.
Susie.
Right. Game, same thing. Club Record.
How we do.
MVP.
Little Smooth or Street Record. It became very formulaic.
Yeah.
To the South's credit, whether New York approves or not, move the ringtone shit out the way. Let's talk about the Ava guys, right? What 3 6 was doing during that time. What UGK was doing during that time. T.I., Jeezy, Gucci, Wayne. Wayne wasn't there yet. He was on his way. But those guys was bringing a whole fucking, what was that duo from Atlanta? If you don't give a damn, go and throw it up.
Young Bloods.
Young Bloods. These guys was bringing a whole different type of energy. So while 50's over here doing these interviews and puffing his chest out, doing movies, whatever the fuck, the soundscape is changing. So what made him unique was that slight southern drawl as well. Wasn't very unique anymore.
Now everybody's a southern nigga.
Right.
So what do you do now?
Because I remember Poor the Riches. What made me fall in love with that song was this nigga. He from New York, but he got a little twang on it. This is different. I like it.
Yeah.
Right? He was falling. Now, again, it's like I always use the LeBron analogy. Some niggas fall off a building. LeBron's cliff is like Mount Everest. So he could fall for a long time and still be that nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 50 was on Mount Everest. He was falling, but if he did 700 first week, who else was doing that? Right?
Yeah.
But the reality is he was falling. So you could blame a Kanye and
I
say,
like to be
oh,
falling like that.
right.
You know what I mean?
oh, Def Jam put the builder behind Ye. Pardon. That completely negates the momentum that Kanye had up until 07. It wasn't like Kanye was a new artist
Right.
Outside,
who showed up. Ye was, 3 albums in? That was that was a graduation?
3, yeah.
Plenty of production credit.
Ye dropped 2 universal classics.
Yeah.
2 genre-shifting classics. He was zagging when everyone else was zigging at that time. Because the South was in full takeover mode.
Yeah.
The Ye was doing the sample shit. But then we used to get hyped when we found out songs that he did. Oh, Kanye produced that?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, he did that? Who would have thought Kanye produced that? He was a meteor at the time. So it's like 50's ego to say, oh, Def Jam put the building behind this nigga. 2 5 micers.
Yeah.
Walking in the door. Nerd swag
Worth
at
putting
that
the
time.
building behind.
Because remember, 50 came in with the tough guy shit. That was
Yeah.
the aesthetic. Ye came in, put on for all the nerds that love rap.
Pink
There's
polos.
mad nerds that love rap, nigga.
Backpacks.
The backpacker nigga.
Walter raising his hand.
Drippy as fuck. Swagged out, good fit. And remember at that time, that Rockefeller chain meant something.
Everything.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
The nerdy nigga with the gold Rockefeller chain.
Two-tone.
The unique Jesus piece. This nigga was giving you drip, swag, sonics,
Kanye was
aesthetics.
that nigga, man.
He was the first aesthetic nigga, in my opinion. Like real aesthetics. Like I'm giving you everything. I'm not just a street nigga. I'm this guy, and I do this, this, and this.
Kanye made niggas wear Adidas, bro. Like outside of shelters.
Come on, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like for 50 to be like, oh, they put the building behind me in the gates that Ye's momentum. Ye was the hottest nigga on earth when Graduation dropped.
Yep.
Facts.
Yep.
Grammys on Grammys on Grammys on
Bringing it
Grammys.
full circle to Drake. Drake didn't really pay attention to the cloth because he resented the cloth. We know that.
Yeah.
He didn't need the cloth to be successful, to be the number one guy in the industry. In fact, he usurped the notion that the cloth mattered to success up until that point. Because, oh, these niggas don't like me? They think I'm corny? They think I'm this and that?
Copy.
Whole lot. Another 5 on your head top, nigga.
Yeah.
Scary Hours was Scary Hours 3 was the
3.
first chink in the armor. We didn't know how big of a chink it was at the time.
Right.
Because never in no other time in Drake's career could you bully the nigga in the rap.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
No,
true.
everybody
facts.
talks about the beef. No one talks about how Scary Hours 3 was the first time Drake was vulnerable. Because he dropped for all the dogs.
You spitting right now
Talking.
because it's what was like I said earlier. Like 3-4 months later, that's when Kenny popped out. He noticed that shit.
Okay. It's all strategy, nigga. Because the cloth been saying, yo, would it be nice if Drake just rapped? Everybody with a microphone who was powerful, it ain't the rap roundtable. I'm not even claiming credit for this shit.
Everybody, Joe.
Everyone who had a voice in hip hop said, we would love if Drake just rap.
Yep.
Did he drop for all the dogs? Niggas was like, the fuck is this? Right? First person shooter was on there. But niggas was like, it'll be nice if you rap, bro. Next
Right.
thing you
What
know,
project
Scary
you
Hours
rapping?
3 drop. Bars.
Yeah.
Bars. He was feeling the pressure. He was already declining. Because I was talking about that back in 2022. Drake numbers ain't number how they used to number. And I'm not the numbers guy, but I pay attention when certain niggas rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Scorpion was the apex.
Apex.
Yeah.
He's been declining since. So it's like part of it is like, I shout out Kenny. He did what he did. But he wasn't doing this to Drake. Views era. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kenny fans. Views era, he was not doing this to RB, bro. It's perfect timing. Vulnerable, numbers declining, the taste of the public changing because, again, Griselda came out.
Facts. Whole aesthetic changed.
Certain popular legends got next to these niggas, gave them a platform. Niggas started injecting that in their veins like, oh, this is hard. Nas is with Hit Boy. oh, this is hard.
Yeah.
Pusha T been lingering. He drops another project. The taste of niggas getting the light is just bright enough to where you could creak in and be like, I don't know if I want to hear the singing. Aubrey peeped that, got with Conductor. Because he realized that nigga's taste is changing.
Yeah.
He couldn't have imagined like that what happened. Because First Person Shooter wasn't a sing song. It was a rap song, nigga.
It was rapping.
But then it's just like, all right, we here, we descending. People's tastes are changing. Kenny's sitting there like, yeah. This is it.
This is the time.
This is it. Boom, like that. Drake ain't know what, because Drake was already squabbling. He was already like scuffling off of the fact that niggas' taste was loud. If the voices that were complaining were loud enough, we've been saying this shit, but it was loud enough to matter now.
Yeah.
Now Kenny come in.
Finally.
Now he the most popular nigga giving all the other niggas that's just loud enough a voice, and he packed them.
And to keep going,
actually.
you know what I mean? To keep drawing out this parallel, like when Drake's music really started feeling more so like it was like the projects and the strategies were being put together more so like in a boardroom than in a studio. You know what I mean? It was like a business plan.
He was
almost.
feeding the algorithm, like you
know
said.
what I mean? Exactly.
You signed for 400, you got to pay that back.
You know what I mean? Just like 50 back in 07, that was Drake 2023. You know what I mean? And then here comes the guy that a lot of people will look at as a nerd, right? Almost a square, but he bridges those gaps. You know what I mean? He bridges the gaps between like the street element and the more conscious element. Just the same way Kanye did back in those days.
The coffee house.
Kenny's, if you want to call it coffee house, sure, we can call it coffee house.
Daily.
Hood in the coffee house.
You know what I mean? But a coffee house dude making
rap.
peekaboo. You know what I mean?
But
like
he knew he had to leave the coffee house. He couldn't do that no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to even drag the parallel even further, when 50 realized that niggas was tired of the formula, right? I remember we was all working together at the library, right? There was a big G-Unit reunion. What dropped?
Yes.
Return of the Body Snatchers. We're going back to the essence. We did a G-Unit tape. Cool Kid talking. Same shit like Scary Hours 3. Oh, niggas is tired of me now. Let me start rapping. Let me start doing the shit they like. By that point, it was too late.
Too late.
Yep.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, 50. You could say whatever parallels you want. Both y'all niggas is at the top. But the difference, and it's like, I hate, niggas smack as I'm winning. I heard a lot of Jay-Z in that. Blueprint era Jay-Z was the same argument. Niggas was tired of this guy. He's winning too much. And he's too rich. And niggas want to hear that rich shit. But the difference is Hov knew just what to do to keep the streets. Hov never lost the streets.
Because the Blueprint, you look at the Blueprint, that's not a formula album.
At all.
You know what I mean? That's not a boardroom album. That was organic. That was, let's get all of these motherfuckers in the studio.
All of that, but Jay-Z was smart to retire as well. Like, he retired.
Yeah. He retired in 03.
He retired and created the...
Quote, heavy air quotes.
We want him back. He created the we want him back in it.
Right.
He did the Jordan.
But
you know what I
like,
mean? Jordan in 93.
He didn't make the mistake of being so far gone to where like this formula works. He always kept his ear to the streets. Man, maybe rap was just different back then as well. It wasn't as industrial as the time of, you think about rap in 99 as opposed to rap in 06, 07.
Yeah.
It's not, it was still sort of in his adolescence in 99.
As crazy as that sounds.
Right.
But
right.
it was.
So it's like he still knew he needed the streets. 50 felt like by that point, I have the streets. They gonna follow me anywhere. Now realizing, these niggas is dropping off. The streets was telling Jay in his face, you're not fucking with this. We like Iceberg Slim, but you sound too rich.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The same thing happened with the album, when, with the paintings and shit on it, 444. Like, a lot of people felt the same way about that.
Niggas love that album, not me.
I think we the only niggas who don't revere that album, bro. We might be the only ones.
And it's like unanimous here. Like, not a single one of us.
It don't hit
not
like
even
the old
Walt,
music.
bro.
Not even Walt,
I mean, I respect the concept.
Have we
right?
asked
Like
Josh?
the whole brothers getting better and
Josh.
stacking your paper. I respect the concept. I'm talking about the tunes just was not it, though.
Right.
From the first listen, I remember listening to that the first day it dropped, and I was like,
he could not find the pocket, bro. He was
I'll
off
take
beat. That's why niggas remember how surprised he was when he did the joint with what's homie name from New Orleans?
Jay Electronica.
Oh,
Jay Elect.
Right.
How he found his mojo again.
Yeah.
On that album, right?
Great raps.
They don't talk about how much Jay was rapping on that Jay Elect album.
Because it doesn't fit their narrative.
But
let's get back into these Roundtable Awards. That was a hell of a segment.
Yeah.
Real quick, we're supposed to talk about Snoop. Snoop copped the plea. I don't believe him
at all.
Do we believe what he said? I was high when he said it.
Nope.
No.
I don't believe Wayne. I don't believe Future. I don't believe Snoop. No. Oh, y'all, I was high ass
Chat,
niggas.
let us know. Do y'all believe Snoop when he said he was high? When he said what he said about co-signing the fucking Kendrick, we need you.
Hip-hop savior.
You thought Drake was gonna win like me and John thought, man.
You know what I mean?
Snoop is one of them. You know what I mean? Like,
we was talking hot shit to send that Monday, bro.
He don't care.
I was talking crazy to send with that
Look where
Monday,
we are
bro.
now, man.
Yo, yeah,
Shit.
it really was, man.
Shit.
That's how Snoop felt, bro.
Yo, I gotta tell you, like,
Nigga said he used my
I live like
I
I live my life to ensure that I am always on the right side of history, and with that, I'm sitting here on the right side of history. Like, I try to tell y'all motherfuckers.
Wavering bad.
What are you talking about?
It's looking rough, son.
What
This is so
You was a
corny.
little nervous, son. You was a little
Keep it
nervous.
a rack, son.
Absolutely not.
Keep it a rack, bro.
I'm like,
Just a little bit.
Tell me, nephew, what you about to do?
Not gonna fly.
Entertainment. Kenny's so
In the long
unpredictable. You did not think none of us was like, is Kenny even gonna respond, bro?
Yeah,
like,
bro, it
is
was.
this nigga just in the crib.
He
with,
was rapping.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember.
Hip hop savior.
Then started saying, yo, Kenny don't have to respond. I remember that.
I'm not even talking about like Kenny responding to it. I'm just talking about like the reaction to Taylor Made itself. Like, y'all motherfuckers was trying to tell me that was the move. Like that shit was.
I really thought
that shit was lit.
Snoop
Like,
liked it.
For the record,
No,
we didn't like
I
the
thought so.
AI play, but we said what Drake was saying.
The boss was there.
talking on that.
Snoop liked it enough.
Well,
yeah,
for the record,
but that's the thing. Like Snoop. Look.
Snoop was
Shout out
riding
to
the
Snoop,
wave.
man.
And then he drops his missionary album that niggas is lying about. Album of the year, the fuck out of here. The album is not good, gang. It's not good.
Snoop don't stand on no sort of stance. Like he really doesn't care
That
what's
shit's not
up.
good.
He's unk, man.
I'm lying? Nah, no funny shit.
I listened to it
no
yesterday.
funny shit.
All
No
right.
funny
Well,
shit.
we gonna talk about
I wasn't
missionary?
that
We're not gonna
happy.
talk about. We're not gonna talk about. I'm just saying, is it fire?
I wasn't that
So
happy.
this isn't on a docket,
Fire?
but we should talk about like the disappointments of the year.
Oh, okay. LL album was dope. I shit on LL album all year. Because I just wanted to piss niggas off. It was a solid album. For a nigga his age
Okay.
to do that and blend it, it was decent.
Okay.
It was decent.
It was cool.
It was cool.
I think
But it was cool.
the Q-Tip production was a little
Yeah,
too
it
left
was
for
cool.
LL.
Okay. He tried his best. And for a guy who's not in rap shape at all to pull that off and try to be as modern as he can without trying to sound like a young nigga, fair is fair. But then you hear missionary.
The meatballs are fine, so I don't know if it's his thing, man.
Huh?
I said the meatballs are fine, so I don't know if LL really did his
Look,
thing, man.
I'm dead, bro.
But in comparison, if we talking about old niggas,
Old niggas.
missionary, yo.
That's the worst of the year to you. Ice Cube dropped this year, bro.
Missionary.
But niggas ain't lying about Ice Cube how they
I-
lying about missionary.
niggas-
Niggas
Ice
rightfully
Cube
called that a Cube whack. They was
Come
calling
on,
that Cube
bro.
whack.
Niggas is talking
The,
crazy about this
missionary, the album title is apropos.
Damn.
It's
not
just
even-
it's just missionary.
It's not even like good
It's-
missionary where you get the leg on the shoulder and you
No,
got
it's just
it's slow missionary,
it's
nigga.
it's just you know what I mean. She's
rolling her eyes
there
over
like,
your shoulder.
She's there
nigga.
like an ironing board, just flat.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like
Dini, this was supposed to be your cookie. You supposed to say this.
I'm so glad it's not me,
it's
bro.
I'm not saying I'm misogynistic.
I'm not calling it whack.
There's levels to missionary, ain't it?
I'm not calling it whack. I'm just calling it boring.
It's just
It
not
was-
John- it's not
you know
John
what I mean?
Blaze like that.
Look, you get some missionary box. It's still box.
It's still you hit.
You still hit.
Still, yeah.
You still enjoy. You still got your shit off. You know what I mean?
Nah, but she hit the group chat after.
Talking
That means
spicy.
whack. Nigga,
You know what I mean?
Spicy.
So
niggas is really saying this shit album of the year. Like, yo, this
Shrimp.
shit
Album of the year
ass,
is
nigga.
crazy.
Yo,
Bro.
Album of the year is crazy.
the Dre payroll, man.
That's like he
You
bought,
call
he
you call
bought
some
pussy.
yo you
He
call
bought
some
pussy
you
and
call-
hit it
you call
missionary.
You call some
She just
missionary-
laying there.
You calling some missionary the best of the year?
What are we doing here?
That's the ass of the year to you?
Nigga!
Some laying flat?
That, you know what, and you know
Not
what?
even a leg up?
Yo, you know how like old niggas can't really, they can't get in the paint and hit that layup no more that day, so they do missionary. Old nigga shit. Old nigga missionary.
The blue shoes, bitch.
Can't even slap from the back no more. Nigga, slaps ain't hitting. Can't throw his hip out. That hip hurt, that nigga, man.
Red flame joint.
Can't get the side slaps on. Can't even get the side slaps.
Turn it on the side
The
real
hip
quick.
gonna slide out the fucking
man.
pocket. Can't lift her up.
Old head work.
Can't throw her on the wall real quick.
Oh, man.
You're off the
Your
rails.
feet start hurt. You try to stand up and shit. Old nigga missionary, nigga. Slow stroke.
Yo,
that shit whack.
The feet
Stop
hurting.
lying. Stop nostalgia baiting, my nigga. That album is not good, bro. And they called it missionary, so they're trying to say it's a sequel of Doggy Style.
Wow.
Shout out to Ease for that point. So to try to say is a fucking spin. No, nigga, you tried to say it was a sequel. It's Snoop and Drake. Y'all nostalgia baited. The album is not good.
Man.
All you niggas talking about album of the year. Get the fuck out of here. Stop trying to nostalgia bait for clicks.
Stop it.
Get out of here,
I
bro.
know you missed the niggas working
Knock it
together,
off.
but
Knock it the fuck
I
off.
don't know
it
who
out.
else had this issue, but like the mix on that album is harsh, bro.
From a Dre album at that.
Like,
Crazy.
what the fuck,
And it's
bro?
wild
I had to
because-
go back and listen to 2001 to hear a fucking dope thumping mix. That shit, like, it like rolled everything 100 hertz and under was just rolled off. Like, there was no bottom on that
did
at
you
all.
see the little Snoop
That's
clips?
a Dre album. How
Snoop
does it
clips?
have no bottom?
Dre was like basically like orchestrating the whole shit. Like say it like this, say it like this. So it was like he was
Bro.
being a perfectionist. So to be a
That album
perfectionist
got me
and it's still not be
upset,
hitting like
bro.
that is crazy.
That album got me upset, man.
Yeah. I listened to it yesterday night and I was just like,
Missionary
damn.
with an old nigga slapping up auntie, bro. You don't want that.
Snoop D-O-double
You
G.
do not want that, bro. No disrespect. But anyway, back to the round table.
Oh shit, y'all talking today. Man.
Next topic, producer of the year.
Ooh, this should be a combo.
I got my pick. I'm just gonna get it out the way. You know what I mean? I got Young Metro. Metro Boomin. It's
Young
my pick,
Metro
bro.
Don't trust you.
He had like if it wasn't for GNX, it would have been his album. The Sonics is Sonicking. Give me Metro Boomin, my producer of the year. Alchemist is a close, very close second. He had a strong 2024.
Heavy.
Hit Boy right there behind him as well. Strong 2024. But I got Metro Boomin. So say the rap song, the resident producer of
Listen,
the Rap Roundtable.
Man, we have Kendrick as the MVP of the year.
Here
We have GNX as the album of the year. Like, we got it. It has to fall in line.
They
man.
don't have to fall in line. Other niggas had good years.
Soundwave, man. Like, come on, Soundwave. Not only did he have a hand in Euphoria, come on, son. Had a hand in the entire album. Like, him and Jet. I mean, we're not going to talk about Jack Antonoff because like he's not a hip hop producer,
Right.
but Soundwave directing and executive producing essentially that album. I don't know how much of a hand he had in the actual beat making and production aspect of it because the credits are a little unclear on that. But Soundwave's name is the first name basically on all of the tracks on GNX. Damn near all the tracks on GNX. You know what I mean? And that album, the production on that album is impeccable. So I don't know. I gotta give it to Soundwave. If I don't give it to Soundwave, I Mustard is there. Pete Rock. Come on. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because TV off and Not Like Us. Come on, man. Just those two joints alone.
Nigga had a whole
guy's a
album,
Mustard
bro.
fan
Niggas
now.
can't name nothing from the album.
I give the flowers where they're
You
due.
didn't even play Mustard's album.
He did what he had to do with
He did what he had
hold
to
on,
do.
hold on. All right, let me
did what
finish
he
out.
had to
Let me finish out. Like Pete, I gotta give honorable mention and flowers to Pete Rock, obviously. Alchemist also, obviously.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
crazy,
Meet the
yeah.
Grams, along with the joint with Rock Marcy. I
collab
think,
album with Hit Boy.
yeah,
the black and white.
Earlier in the year.
He had the tails you win, heads you lose shit. He had a bunch of joints.
But
Articulate, the genuine Articulate came out.
Yeah,
like the 7-track joint. Yeah, he had joints this year.
Alchemist.
Yeah, well, I'm just naming joints. You know where I'm going now.
Where you going?
You see what's going on here? Metro, we in the building, nigga. I mean, my favorite album. He produced the whole thing. What more did I need to say?
He upped the cloth. As much as
Metro's
the
official,
old
bro.
niggas try to act like because he not from New York, he not cloth certified. He a cloth nigga, bro.
Go back and watch old rap rounds. We been picking Metro, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Metro been a part of this. Like, it is what it is.
Mase.
Listen, I wanted to pick Mustard. You know what I mean? But then I thought to myself, I said, you know, I can't get banned from the 6 at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying?
It's too late for that.
I can't, man. I can't.
He about to pick Boy Wonder.
So, but hold on. Like,
I can't.
If you pick Metro, like, you can't pick Metro then either.
We gotta pick Metro. We go with Leland now. Leland Wayne, he's a fucking lame. You know what I'm saying?
Leland Wayne is
he's
a fucking
lame. We already erased him, so it don't matter. You know what I mean? We only hate people who we lost to, son. It gotta be. I'm gonna go with Metro. Like the fellas just said, it's one thing about Mustard providing fantastic #1 hits this year, which he provided multiple. Correct. It's one thing to do what Alk did, which is, you know, Alk is gotten to the point where he's so consistent that people take it for granted. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of crazy with him because he had multiple projects that he went off on. But I gotta give it to Metro. Like Deanie said, there's something about, you know, making the best beats he had, and there's something about curating an entire project. He curated 2 projects that to me put Future on another level. You know what I mean? I feel like Future this far into the game raised his profile, and we got nobody mentioned BBL Drizzy. Maybe, you know what I mean? BBL Drizzy. He did some old time, bro. Like,
you right.
Had the entire rap game rapping
the
over
BBL Drizzy challenge.
You know what I mean? BBL Drizzy challenge.
Drake rapping over
He had Drake rapping over it. The beat was so hard. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go, Metro.
Like, come on. Nigga created a AI soul sample and buried this nigga. Like, so crazy. Young Metro, if he don't shoot you, you know what I mean? If he don't trust you, Beanie might shoot you, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I think it was the race between, to me, Metro and Mustard was close, you know what I mean? But like I said earlier, I think Like That is on par with any of the beats Mustard did this year. And I gotta give credit to somebody that was able to guide and curate an entire project. You know what I mean?
You know what? It's unrelated to 2024, but I'm gonna tie it in anyway. As far as being a vehicle for an entire generation and the sound of a generation, nothing hit like a Mustard 808. Not a Mustard, Freudian slip, like a Metro 808. Like when he get on his shit and he take the bottom out of it and it just boom, 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 boom. Like yo, like it just hit, bro.
Ridiculous.
You know what I mean? Sid don't give a fuck. But the Jav, Didi, and Maces of the world, we love that type of shit. Because when you turn the treble up and that shit start to rock, nobody do it better than Metro, bro.
Yeah.
Like it just, honestly, it's getting to a place. We know y'all gonna get mad, but I'm gonna say it. Y'all starting to underrate Metro. Metro for his era, listen carefully, chat. He the Timberland of his era.
We gotta go
he
back.
the nigga you go to when you need some shit.
We gotta go back and revisit the God tier joint and remember check what we had him at. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was on that list, bro.
Cause you got your Zaytovens.
Yep.
You got all these other Southern producers.
Southside. You got a bunch of them. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Mm-hmm. But when you get that Metro beat, you know it's pay-per-view, nigga.
Yep. Big dog.
It needs to be said.
Yeah.
And I think
not mad at that.
The whole answer, albums. The next topic, the next award is pretty obvious. Feature of the year. What we doing? Talk to me, Dean.
As far as impact, man, it's like my guys set the trend. It's just the whole shit started it off, man. I'm gonna have to keep it a buck. I'm gonna give it to Like That, man. Kendrick Lamar. Like literally, that was the verse that turned the whole. It was all good just a week ago after that verse dropped. You know what I'm saying? It really changed the entire scope of 2024. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the big three, it's just Big Me. Whoever thought that would do what it did, but it
He
did.
got on that beat and violated.
And I thought Future and Metro on the beat was fire, but it just Kendrick stole the show.
To this day, regardless of how we feel about it, like the impact that it had, I still maintain it. He went light on that feature. It's still the feature of the year.
Impact, bro.
But he went light.
Like
we didn't see the full rap till
he went light, but it was smart to go light because nobody wants to hear somebody over rapping on a Future feature.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Honorable mention.
That's what makes Kenny. You know, you got to know when not to over rap, bro.
Speaking of that,
you can't. You know, tragedy Gaddafi at every verse, bro.
Fucking what's his name? Freddie Gibbs on that shit with Kanye. Back to You or whatever that shit is. Went crazy.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
Or maybe like I don't want to steal them, but the Cole's verse on that Ruby Rosary joint with ASAP, that was crazy too. Crazy features.
Oh, that's true. Cole did his thing on Collard Greens.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't an official release. I don't think
that's
it was official like on streaming, but he did his thing on that. Big shouts to Rome Streets on that West Side Gun record.
Joint. Yeah.
I went to go write it down and I didn't write down the title. But yeah. Still Praying. There we go. No, I'm sorry, not Still Praying. I fucked it up. Underground King. We'll edit that later. So big shouts to Rome on Underground King. Big shouts to Cole on Collard Greens, but it is what it is. March 22nd, 2024, man. Like that. On
seismic shift.
Right.
On Future and Metro's album. That's hands down the feature of the year.
It's pretty clearly like that. You know what I mean? Like this is almost. I think this might be more obvious than the MVP pick. Right? To be honest with you, so in my head, I was doing like a non-like that pick because I feel like that should and is unanimous. I said what Deanie said. The Gibbs verse on the Kanye joint, a verse that was previewed that people were waiting on and that delivered. Freddie Gibbs completely in his bag. You know what I mean? The lyrically, topically, you know what I mean? Just the way he was stacked. Pocket was crazy. You know what I mean? Gibbs absolutely in his bag, but that was like my non-like that pick. Like, come on, nigga. Like,
it is what it
get
is.
the fuck out of here. It's like that, bro. Like,
I mean, another unanimous victory for Kendrick because maybe there were more lyrical verses, right? But as far as what that shit meant to the year, we get none of this extra shit if like that don't happen.
No, nothing.
Right? But I will, instead of focusing on Kendrick, because I felt like we've talked about him enough, we're not beating the glazing allegations on this episode. Right? But there's two other features that stood out to me personally. You had Freddie Gibbs on Schoolboy Q's album, Ohio. Love them all, Ohio.
Talk about it.
And then we had Pusha T on Problems, that joint with Ray Vaughn that dropped early this year. But I like the version that's not on the Wu-Tang sample flip. I like the original.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Pusha blacked on that. I mean, Pusha, I'm mad at you. Niggas been waiting since 2023 for some new raps. Jim Jones jumped out the window. You've been doing fashion shows and shit. But it's like, you know what I mean? He blacked on that. Fair is fair. But the obvious answer is Kendrick Lamar. Like, we're not here to waste your time. We're not here to zag because you think niggas want you to zag. Oh, we just don't want to talk about that. Shut the fuck up.
Just want to be
talk about the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Play the Collard Greens did come out.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, bad.
Yeah, it was on.
Like I tell niggas, you know, on the pod sometimes, when I always say that sometimes the streets need a body. Give them the body. Niggas be working so hard to preserve the body when the streets need a body. You give them that body because it's like, yo, what are we doing here? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't insult the public. We all live the same year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Always here, bro.
Yeah.
Now.
Hold up, but Skazoo though. We gotta talk about it.
You know what? We already talked enough shit. We talked enough shit. You know, because everybody else could talk shit, but when the rap roundtable talk shit, niggas get the snitching. Niggas the tweeting,
niggas clips,
screen recording videos, sending niggas clips.
Crazy.
We can't have no fun. So let's be careful. We're not allowed to have fun at the rap round table.
We can clip that out.
But this is not fun. We leaving it.
Leave that, yeah,
I'm just
leave
saying. I mean, just for the record, we see that
I want him to hear that.
everybody else can talk except for us.
Yeah.
Because I be watching other niggas shit, and they be taking full on hate, making shots at us, and it don't be no clips, it don't be no discourse, it don't be no. They be getting their shit on. But the minute we say anything, even when we just playing, we get in trouble. Yo.
That's it.
Anyway,
Gotta love it here.
a tough topic here.
What's the word?
Verse of the year. To say the rap style, I'm coming to you first.
Oh, okay. Let
you
me
got,
bring
sir?
up my notes, man. A lot of heavy verses this year from 38 Special, Rome Streets. You know what I mean? Well, like all the Conway, all the over underground motherfuckers. But listen, we're in a space right now where we really got to talk about the main events. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? It's gonna have to be one of 3 Kendrick verses. It's gonna have to be. Either it's Not Like Us verse 3. That would be my first pick, honestly. You know what I mean? The way he broke down the whole, you know what I mean, Drake being a colonizer thing from beginning to end, like the arc of that verse, like just perfection. Could be Euphoria, the whole song, because it's all one verse, right? It's broken up into sections, but there's no hook. There's nothing breaking up. So it could be the entire Euphoria. It could be Meet the Grams verse 1, Dear Adonis. Like, what? Like, the Family Matters dropped, and then, like, what, 15 minutes later, Dear Adonis? Crazy. But ultimately, I think I'm going to go with Not Like Us verse 3.
Okay.
It's verse of the year.
Deanie, talk to me.
You called it. The Dear Adonis verse.
Oh, we going Kenny again. All right.
You fight a nigga for some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
PG Dean. Somebody check his cash app.
That's squabble up. He's the mode, bro. That's squabble up, man. Like,
Can you print out your Zelle?
That's some
information
shit.
from the past year, please.
nah, you ain't getting that information.
Dave Free.
But Dave Sale.
Wow.
You gotta be for sale. But yeah, I mean, definitely
That's
kind of.
crazy.
The last time I felt that way
Like, who is
is
this
when
guy?
when Nas was doing all the whole shit about you think you getting girls now because you look, because it's just the little bars that just hit you deep. You know what I'm saying? Pause. I just thought, that was crazy. Like, but it just, those were scathing bars, bro. Those are bars where I just feel like they can't. I know Hov had the Skeet on Your Baby seat, whatever, which is out of line. But I just feel like those you can't be in the same room with a nigga who rap those kind of bars too. You know what I'm saying?
to your son.
To your kid, bro. About how your dad's not a man, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was
Crazy.
it was a little heinous.
It was ugly.
It was a little heinous, man. It is what it is.
You know, surprisingly, Dean and Sin left out the verse about the daughter that never happened. The most famous fictional character since Harry Potter.
This is
you
true.
know what I'm saying?
This is true.
Shit, Kenny don't even want you to think about that shit.
You know what I mean? So shout out to the fellas
We don't know.
for deciding not to talk
We
about
don't know.
that. The verse of the year for me. Let's get it, man. Family Matters verse 2, bro. The one verse equalizer. Uma Thurman against the 50 motherfuckers in Kill Bill. You know what I'm saying?
That was a good verse.
This verse where he just, you know what I mean? I get it. And still to this day, I see people coming back around. I seen Joe Budden finally admitted that the shit was hard today. You know what I mean? Because I get it.
Nah, I still think about how he beat up Lean in the rock.
Really sped up part. Yeah.
Like, come on. And I get it. You know what I mean? In the context of the battle, it didn't do what it was supposed to do to Kenny. So a lot of people didn't want to talk about it. But, bro, Leland Wayne, Rakim, Ross calling me the white boy, and the shit kind of got a ring to it.
Yeah.
All these rappers waving white flags while the whole fucking club sing to it. Like, he just bodied everybody, or the whole 20v1. People kept saying it ain't a 20v1 because Drake killed 19 niggas on one verse.
I want to be
If
clear.
he didn't sing on that other verse, this might be a whole
To this
different
day, I want to
conversation.
be clear. If the response to what Kenny did was strictly the second verse, Family Matters, on that beat, Euro Drake getting in his grind bag.
That cadence.
Talking to Kendrick Lamar specifically. We are having a different argument. Drake probably still loses. Let's be clear. Relax.
I'm about to say,
Drake
Sid, what do you
probably
think?
still
What do you
loses.
think,
It
Sid?
wouldn't have been that different
It would
of a
have been.
conversation.
Because there's a difference between Errol Spence getting beat up by Crawford, right? And losing by decision.
Right.
It's a difference.
I think he would have lost by decision, but we would have got a better
that
fight.
yeah.
And see, to me,
Me and Mace had a
I love to hear
argument
you.
we had an argument.
about
We had a
this
whole
song, my
day
nigga.
argument,
I would
bro.
love to hear your thoughts on that, Sin.
We argued
Well,
for a
look,
day
I mean,
via voice notes, bro.
Listen,
Like, you know
I
how
remember-
I was like,
that is,
this nigga had him, bro.
very clearly.
So close, but so far.
I was sitting in front of my old building on 143rd in Harlem.
Uptown, baby.
Family Matters had just dropped. Went on YouTube on my phone. I watched the whole video, listened to the song, ran it back a second time to really make sure about how I felt about it. And I wasn't moved. Like at no point in that was I like, this is the red button that Drake was talking about this entire time. Like it didn't feel like a red button. Like it was he
wasted niggas' time for half of that song.
With that
he
singing,
rapped very well. I'm not gonna say he didn't rap well. He did a hell of a job rapping, but in terms of like the I don't know, the ferocity of it, I didn't feel it didn't sound like a battle track to me.
Outside of Not Like Us, it might be my favorite song in the battle. But
it's because of that second verse. I mean, come on
What's
now,
tough?
like the beat, the cadence, the bars, like, you know, I get it. And I get,
That
you know,
Derek
even now
Johnson
when we
was just
talking about it, the
painful.
fellas are talking about it within the context of the Kenny situation. I'm just talking about standalone.
on its own.
Just stand alone. You know what I mean? Don't even think about the fact that he got Kenny. Think about the fact that this nigga just murdered
Nah, true.
5-6 people on one beat.
I was
Spared Future because he didn't want them problems.
very high on that song when it dropped. You're right. You're right.
So that's all I'm saying. To
All
me,
documented, by the way.
that verse was the verse of the year for me. You know what I mean? That's the one I spin back. That's the one I memorized. Deanie say that you gotta memorize a verse for it to be
It's
great.
important.
You know what I mean?
It's
Dean don't like that
It's
solo
important.
verse great if you can't rap it.
Talk
You know what I
about it.
mean? So to me, I gotta go Family Matters verse 2. The verse that was so hard, people were saying, why didn't Drake do that on the rest of the song to Kenny? That's how hard the verse
True,
was.
true. That was that was the consensus from the streets.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I was trying to find the lyrics. Everybody here focus on the battle. I'm gonna give 38 Special his flowers. It's not an actual song. It was a Sway freestyle.
Oh,
Oh,
So that's why I love it. I'm
yeah.
cheating a little bit
Yeah.
because it's not a song per se.
it's a
But that
verse.
freestyle, when he was talking about like the daughter having the father's nose,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Vivid.
He had a couple of other real fire one-liners. And I feel like that freestyle right there, because we've been talking about the over-underground at the Rap Round Table for a minute. And it's been arguments about Benny and Conway, Rome and Conway, Rome and Benny. I felt like 2024, 38 Special, with
Yeah.
a slight tweak to
Stood
the
out.
delivery and cadence, has cleared all of them. So he's number one in that world.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? He's a punchline rapper, but he's not a rapper no more that's like setting you up for the punch. He's I guess being around Ransom, it shows you how to get better.
Yeah.
There's
Shout out
no
to Ran.
the 2024 there were no wasted bars from 38 Special. And that freestyle alone, the world building, the verse building, the lead ups to, like we mentioned it about 2 months ago. We know exactly where the punchline is coming, the way he raps.
Yeah.
But we still anticipated it, and it still landed every
Four
time.
Bar, yeah.
Yeah. While we're here, I just realized. So I'm on my way over here, like I'm trying to like recap the entire year, thinking like, what did I forget about? Chaos is My Ladder 2
Yeah.
with Van and Conway, produced by V-Don.
Underappreciated.
Midlife Crisis on that.
Mhm.
Ransom went stupid on that. He went crazy.
Facts.
So
He
that's
did.
definitely like an honorable
He
mention
did.
verse of the year that I want to make sure I acknowledge. It's not changing my overall pick, but I just want to make sure Ransom gets some flowers.
Give him his credit.
He went
for sure.
crazy on that.
Shout out to
And I want to be clear. I still haven't heard, like, for the year. I'm gonna pull the song up right now. I'm gonna be a bad podcaster, but bear with me, because I want to give this song its flowers. Of course.
But while you're doing that, can we also just acknowledge how important? And we've been talking about this for a while long. And this is why, like, when certain people out there and certain platforms will say Kendrick has created a shift in the culture, and we say, hold up, because that shift has been happening slowly in the underground for a minute. Like, we're here talking at the end of 2024, talking about the biggest mainstream artists and having the verses of the year and the features of the year and, like, you know what I mean, performing at a high level lyrically. Like, in years past, we would have had no other choice but to go into the overground space to talk about these features of the year and verses of the year, because the mainstream space just was not doing it. Shout outs to Ransom, the whole Griselda, Benny, Conway, West Side Gun, Boldy, Rome Streets, 38 Special, everybody. Y'all really put the pressure on the mainstream space.
So-called nice niggas.
You know what I mean? To do what they're supposed to do and do their job and fucking rhyme at a high level to the point where we got the 2024 that we got.
And the song that I wanted to pull up, and it was Masito, who made me realize how fire this song was. From Spare the Rod, Spoil the Child, 2023, Scapegoats. I'm sorry, all the Kenny shit, all everything that happened this year. I haven't heard one singular rap song better than Scapegoats this year. Just strictly on bars, not like beats and melodies and hooks. I'm just talking about rapping. Play Scapegoats and the interplay between 38 Ram, which leads into Shay.
Man.
What the fuck? Like that Nori bar, and the Nori bar is the landing. The build up between 38 and Ran to that Nori bar and everything after that, like, yo, like,
crazy. Top level shit, bro. What the fuck? There was a 38 line where I forgot the shit, but he was like, if it's 5 of y'all on one brick, it's a block party. Like, that's the type of shit that I like, bro.
Right.
Like,
that's the shit we really came up on.
That's the shit that's the Clue Tape shit. That's the fucking K-Slay shit.
Yeah.
Like, just hard bars, beat big horns, big drums, big bars. Like, I go back to every time I feel like, all right, this is hard. Let me go listen to Scapegoats again. Let me make sure, is it better than Scapegoats? Scapegoats is the ceiling for the bar shit in 2024.
Yeah.
If you haven't yet to heard Scapegoats, at this point, we about to be 2025.
Tap in.
Go to download that EP
right now.
Tap in. So that being said, it's still unanimous. Kendrick got, verse of the year, but which song is it?
Which one?
Because Drake, I'm calling him Mase Drake. Mase, you picked.
So is the comment section.
What did you pick? You picked Drake. You picked Drake for
Fame Matters 2, second verse.
Verse 2.
He got verse 1.
That's Dear Adonis.
Dear Adonis. I had Dear Adonis in my honorable mentions. I went with Not Like Us verse 3 because I just think that, like, the arc of that verse and how he landed that the point he was making with that verse about Drake. And obviously it helps that he exposed Drake.
I think Dear Adonis, even with the imaginary
for something I've been saying for a long time.
Painful,
but
bro.
if I'm also considering Dear Adonis on Meet the Grams verse 1, and you're saying Meet the Grams verse 1, let's go with Meet the Grams verse 1.
Go.
Fuck it.
Disrespectful.
Meet the Grams verse 1, Kendrick Lamar. The man had a hell of a year. Call his Glazers all you want. You know what I mean? It's cool. We've been called OVO Glazers, J. Cole Glazers, Kenny Glazers. We don't care.
Jay-Z Glazers.
Jay-Z Glazers.
Jiggaboos.
Never Nas Glazers.
No,
that's good.
His man's in real life called us the Nas Round Table.
That's true.
Two of the homies actually.
R.I.P. to my guy, Biz, Showbiz. I love you, bro. One time I went to his crib. He was playing some music because he's working on a project. He called the Round Table a Nas Glazer podcast. So all this Nas talk. R.I.P. to the homie Biz. So we get all the accusations. You know what I'm saying?
All of them, bro.
But Masito, this topic is more specifically for you. We're going to play off for you on this.
Facts.
I saw a tweet that said in 2024 that using first week sales as a metric is outdated. I disagree with that notion. But as a person like you who's tapped into the digital space when it comes to hip hop, you hear someone say that. What do you say?
I disagree as well, Joff, because that's the thing. People, the music industry is more complex than ever, right? Back in the day, such and such got a CD sales. They were shipped to the record label. We knew Michael Jackson was the man back in the day. We knew Jay-Z was that nigga now. We knew 50 Cent was that next nigga coming out. It was a very, easily digestible system. You know what I mean? We knew the niggas who got played on the radio was popular. You know what I'm saying? Like it just was easy to read. You know what I mean? So we knew, such and such, I sold with your whole album, sold my first week. We knew what that shit meant. You know what I mean? So that was it was easy to see like that, right? So nowadays people want to see the first week record sales and they want to just they wanted to equate it to the same way things worked back in the day. So no, that's not the case. You shouldn't look at first week record sales in the same way that you did, but they do carry something importance. That's the thing. When you're evaluating an artist, their business, you know what I mean? Because we're not talking about, their artistry. Maybe we could talk about it. Actually, I will talk about it a little bit. But when we're looking at those first week record sales, you have to know how to analyze them. You know what I mean? So obviously, you know what I mean? Obviously, what they do in the next preceding weeks matters, right? How many songs were on the album matters, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that you have to kind of be able to analyze. And I get it. Like, who feel like analyzing that shit? If I didn't have the information, I might not give a fuck either. You know what I mean? So I understand that. But for me, personally, I've long held a belief that what your first week record sales, what they really an indicator of is how well you did on the last album, how much the public liked your last album, how much you delivered on your last album. Why do I feel that way? Well, look at the biggest weeks in rap history, right? 50 Cent didn't do a mill on Get Rich or Die Trying. He did a mill on The Massacre. Drake finally did a mill on Views because of what he did on If You're Reading This It's Too Late. Wayne did a mill on The Carter 3 because of what he did on The Carter 2. Jay-Z's highest first week record sales are Kingdom Come because of what he did on the Black album. To me, it's always the first. So when you start seeing those weeks in the artist, the shit is starting to fall. What that really means is that the public were dissatisfied with what they've done in the past. Your album, your features, your presence. You know what I mean? So they do show something. They're not the catch-all statistic. It's not PER, guys. You know what I mean? But it is something that if you analyze and if you watching, especially the artist specifically, right? Because it's not what you shouldn't look at record sales, first week sales as, this is Doechii versus Kendrick, but you should look at Kendrick's last 5 first weeks. You know what I mean? You'll see that after The Pimp a Butterfly, that's when Kendrick got his highest shit. You know what I'm saying? After Mr. Morale, now it's a little bit scaled back on the 300 scale. You know what I mean? So to me, when you looking at what artists are doing in those first week record sales, that's the fan base. That's the hype. That's what's, you know what I mean? Before niggas have even heard the record, that's what they want to, you know what I mean? This is just the general interest. So to me, first week record sales, if you want to look at something and you want to say this is what first week sales means, that's what it means. What did you do on the last time out? How happy did you make the public? Where were your hits? Where was your presence? So to me, yeah, don't just look at it because on the other spectrum, on the other end of it, people like to say record sales don't matter. And no, they don't matter to the artistry, I guess, when you're listening to it. But to me, it does matter in some. I guarantee you, Doechii is not going to do the 11K on the next album because the public is so hyped, so happy with what she's done on this album that the next one might be 100K, 150K. You know what I mean? Just because of how the buzz, the interest, you know what I mean? Just what she gonna do next, you know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely. Record sales, the first week sales matter, but you just gotta know how to look at them, y'all.
I think it matters, man. Those things are always important to us, like take that with anything. First weekend movie sale, box office joints. Like a pair of J's that come out and them shit is basically out of the store in the first 3 minutes of this shit dropping. Like, it just shows general interest, which matters in that kind of field. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking more like in the terms of like, you know, what you've done already. But let's say this is like your debut, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? When you just dropping your first thing. Like, it does matter. It matters for sales. It matters for like chart placement. It matters for fucking endorsements. You know, somebody looks and just says, oh shit, she just sold fucking 75 her first week and we don't really know too much about her. That shit might make other people say, oh shit, let's tap in. She sold a lot of records. It must be good. Or people must fuck with her. You know, like, that matters, bro. Like, you can buy 1,000 t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? And you might sell out the first week, or you might sell like 50 a week, and then it takes you a while to get rid of them shits. But the initial interest is always from like when it initially drops. Even when we do our thing on the pod, you know what I'm saying? We know what's gonna be by how many people are in the chat. That's basically our first week joints, you know what I'm saying? If you think about it, like, how many people's there, let us know the tone. And when I'm sure when other people, you know, they get the notifications as people hit the like button as the shit goes out and scans out to more. It's kind of like the same thing with the first week. The more people that fuck with it, the more it gets pushed out and boosted out there. Just like how the more people that go into the chat, the more people get the notification. Yo, oh, these niggas is on? Oh shit, I didn't know. They tap this shit, it fills up, and then that's pretty much it. But it does, I just don't want to act like it don't mean nothing when like that shit is vital, bro. Like, it does. Now, what does it mean what you're gonna do next week? No. But it does determine the general interest of who's fucking with your shit that day that it comes out for that 1 week time of and I think that's very important. I can't say that's not a big deal. It's a huge deal.
You might think that I'd be the one or the type to be inclined to say, fuck first week
Don't
numbers. That shit don't matter. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give a little bit more of a nuanced take. If you are the type to care about first week numbers, and you're saying that first week numbers meant something 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, but it means less now, I'm calling cap. I'm calling bullshit on that. If it ever meant anything, it still means something. It might mean even more today because like this argument that I forgot homie's name, but this argument that he had confused me because he was like, he's saying that the first week numbers meant more before when you had to get up out of your seat, out of your house and go to a record store to buy the album and bring it home and listen to it.
It's fucking stupid.
Motherfucker, the shit is right. It's right here.
Touch of the finger.
It's right here. It's never been easier. If you're excited about an album, if you're excited about new music, it's never been easier than to just fucking swipe your phone open and tap.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And so like, if anybody's excited about new music that just dropped, it's such an easy thing to access now.
It's more of a disappointment if you don't do a big number because of what's inside.
So it's like I don't understand that argument at all. I might see the point where, all right, so since I have it on my phone, it's so easily accessible, I could hold off on it. I don't have the urgency of like getting it right now because it's just gonna be here. It'll be here next week.
The FOMO's not the same either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think that's counteracted by social media. And if you say to yourself, all right, I don't necessarily have to rush this album, but then you see everybody on Twitter and Instagram talking about the album, now you're going to be like, oh, I got to check this out because I don't want to be left out of this conversation. You know what I mean? So I don't see that argument. We could talk all day, every day, and we have here at the Rap Roundtable about like the math of it all. You know what I mean? And how streams equate to sales. You know what I mean? Masito has broken it down numerous times impeccably. But overall, like it's still, it does matter. If it mattered before, it matters. It still matters. It might matter even more now.
All right, so I pulled a tweet up. His name is, of course, he's one of them people over there. We love you, Walt. Brian Zisuk says first week sales are a relic of the CD era when urgency drove in-person physical purchases. In the streaming era, music is always available. Removing that sense of urgency, the game has changed. What matters now, quality, consistency, catalog. So, Mr. Zisuk, I want to say that your entire argument is one, contradictory, and two, flat out full of shit. And I want to focus on the latter.
Cool.
It's full of shit because music is always available. Yeah, very true. Sin made the point. But how often do you see, specifically when we're talking about rap, Deanie the Balance drops an album. He did 15K first week, and then week 2 he did 47K. How often does that happen? Barely. Everyone here has made a very important point as to why this argument is horseshit. Anticipation. First week sales is not a metric just to say how popular an artist is. It's also about how important is it for the consumer to listen to this project right now.
Wow.
Yep.
First week sales dictates how impactful you are as an artist. And if you want to play the semantic game, Brian, first week streams dictate how good your album. We talked about it at the beginning of this episode. Was making Kendrick album so impactful is that people keep going back to it. Because the streaming era rewards you for getting people to press play, right? So if he's getting 100K worth of streams, right? That means the times that niggas press play has got to be in the billions,
Yeah.
right? Just based on the metrics of it all. So when Brian says this shit about quality, consistency, and catalog, consistency, you can move that out of the way for a second. But quality and catalog creates the trust factor that makes niggas anticipate you and press play.
Yeah.
Right? Consistency just means that you put out a lot of shit and you feed the algorithm, the Drake method.
Yep.
But even still, if Drake dropped fucking For All the Dogs and it did 98K first week, it would be a disappointment even with all of that.
Yeah.
The whole point of it is the first week dictates how badly niggas want your shit.
Right.
And it's, what do you say here? Relic of the CD era where urgency drove in-person physical purchases. Niggas is having the same rap conversations. Either it's whack or it's not good. Or it's fire. Pardon me.
And to go against what he's saying anyway, we were from the era where like the music lasted longer. So if anything, we could afford to wait longer then. If anything, people should not wait longer now. It just don't make sense. Because the shit might not even be interested in a week or two. You know
Niggas was going platinum with whack albums because of the same level of anticipation that the streaming environment brings. Because if you're a popular nigga and you say your album is dropping on December 7th, we don't know it's whack. We heard the single, we might not have loved it, but we copping it because we want to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Know it's whack. That's it.
Like, Get Rich didn't do what motherfucking Curtis did, but Curtis benefited from Get Rich because of the popularity. It's 700 first week. Curtis was not a good album. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, these niggas keep trying to play these era games, and it's always them people over there who make these strange arguments. Like, bro, like, what you mean? The music is always available. Show me a rapper who dropped, and a month later he did a bigger week of streaming than his first week or 2 weeks.
That
Where
shit
they at?
Don't happen.
That shit
This is
ain't
a
happening.
dumbass argument. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Brian, but this is stupid. If niggas, if you know what, and
Brian's notoriously have bad takes.
oh, okay,
Shit.
yo, and you know what?
Sit on
The
fire
only
today,
time
bro.
This Brian makes sense is when you have like an act, because we're gonna use Griselda as our litmus test, where an act gets that cosign from a Jay-Z or a M, and then they get a boom because now they have more eyeballs. But that doesn't make his argument valid. It just means that they just unlocked a new audience by way of a cosign or just how the game is played. Because there's mad niggas who didn't know what a Griselda was until that flick with Hove happened or that Shady Records deal happened. And that unlocked more people. But some nigga just randomly, how often does word of mouth happen now? More often than not, we make fun of niggas not doing well. And niggas, we've been programmed to think if this album didn't do well, it's not good.
It's cooked.
Like Ab-Soul had to put that tweet out because niggas was trying to say his album was trash because it only did 5K. It wasn't running up the streams. When the album wasn't whack.
He's pissed about it.
That's where the conversation gets fucked up because I think I see what Brian is trying to do with this tweet, because he's trying to, like, you know, counteract all of this first week numbers conversation and talk, where if you don't do a certain number, then it equates to the album and the music being whack. But this is not the way to counteract that argument.
Fuck out of here.
It's
right?
a bad
It
point.
doesn't determine the quality of the music. You know?
Real quick, we've running out of time, so let's hit the express path here.
Good.
Fat Joe said because of, you know, the litigations of the calendar year involving, you know, Diddy and now the Jay-Z of it all, and maybe a few others have gotten in trouble. He's saying that 2024 was the worst year ever for hip-hop. We don't need to break it down and expound too crazy. It's a yes or no question. Say the rap song. Do you agree with Fat Joe?
No, 2023 is right there. It was just a year ago, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? We're not even a full year removed from that year. Like, what is you talking about, bro?
Like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, there it is.
The fuck are you talking about?
And it's not lost on me
What are you talking
that
about?
that Fat Joe is a Drake guy. So
Yeah.
they, you know what I mean? They're inclined to think that this year was
all
terrible.
the shit going on with Remy and all that.
Speak for yourself, Joseph. Jose.
Nah, don't put that.
He named the album Jose.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Jealous one still in me.
Danny, talk to me.
Nah, man. Like, arguably the greatest hip hop battle, you know, arguably. A lot of great music happened this year, a lot of great features. The ladies did right this year. Like, I think it's really been great on every metric. Yo, like, the ladies been doing it. Hey, girl.
Hear that?
Oh,
They doing their thing, man.
Props to the ladies, dude.
Some good. We're gonna talk about it.
Some good. You was about to go back. Nah, I'm gonna say no, and not because, you know, I know in particular, but I lived it. I know there was some bad years between like 06 to like 2013.
Great rap depression did happen.
It was some bad years, bro, and I get it. You know what I mean? I'm OVO too. I've been getting my ass jumped for 40 straight Mondays, bro.
Man.
Pause. I've been getting jumped for 40 straight Mondays, bro.
Hey.
The inaugural, you know what I mean? The inaugural. Many more to come. Pause. Yo, what? Back to
Many more to come.
It's a pauseception.
I take the
going on,
title.
man.
It's a
I
pauseception.
take the title.
It's a
but
pause
nah,
nation,
man,
bro.
Pause nation. Nah, bro. Like, I can't co-sign it. You know what I mean? Like, unless, like Joe said about the album a few weeks back, like, unless you straight OVO fam, like, I can't imagine you just saying it's the worst year ever in hip hop. Like, it's been some bad fucking years in hip hop, bro. Like, I remember when, like,
Outside of the 50 concert, it was nasty.
you know what I mean?
Shit, bro.
I remember in high school, we was doing the snap joints, you know what I'm saying? The young jock dance, bro. Like,
Yo,
it was some years,
just
bro. Like,
looking up in the air.
Yeah,
What the fuck was y'all
Laffy
looking at, man?
bro. You know what I mean? Sin,
What was up there, bro?
Sin,
Niggas did do the stanky leg, bro.
Sin had, it was written in high
Hold on,
school.
we
I
wildin'.
had fucking Fabo.
We
and
wildin'.
shit.
We did do the
fuck?
chicken noodle soup too. Relax.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
man.
chicken noodle soup, that was
Chicken
high
noodle
school
soup,
too.
yeah.
I remember that. When that dropped, we was talking about that. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. So it's been I love rap. It's the rap roundtable. It's been some shitty years in rap, bro. So I can't just give it the title. And I'm not even saying just because this was some super fantastic great year. I'm not saying this is like some top 5 year ever in hip hop. But we've had some shitty ass years. bro.
Here's what I'll say. Fat Joe sounds old enough to touch.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Like, what do you mean?
1000%.
Like, bro, like, you know, you might want to, we know you Jopra and you got things to say.
Jopra.
That's what he calls himself.
Yep.
Really?
This is not me. This is not me.
Oh,
It's just
shit.
worded. It's been
I
a
haven't
rough
heard
year
that
for
one.
He's
me.
calling himself
That's
Jopra, and he you know, and he's an old don. I call him one of the old dons of rap.
Yes.
So Fat Joe can say what he wants to say. I want to be clear, but at the same time, brother, you are out of touch if you think this is the worst year in hip hop.
Come on.
You might need to go listen to some good rap. Tap in, the overground delivered, the underground delivered, the mainstream delivered. There in no way, shape, or form can you say this is the worst year for hip hop. Now, if you want to say it because of certain people caught charges or whatever the case may be, it's a bad year for them.
Nasty work.
Right.
But the young guys or like what the young OGs, to quote Fabulous.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of these guys are young OGs now. They're not young anymore. They're pushing 40. A lot of these guys we're talking about.
Older than that.
They did right.
Yep.
And they put out fire bodies of work, fire battles, fire interviews, just moment after moment after moment. So Joseph, you're bugging the fuck out. Next rapid fire topic.
Facts.
I think it's time, bro, for us to pack up Lil Baby. It's time. He did this interview, and the point that stood out to me was he called being a rapper work. And he was upset that Kendrick Lamar mentioned him on Not Like Us,
Right.
basically saying that he made Drake cool. That was the gist of the bar. And he's saying, why would Kendrick involve me in that? Kendrick shouldn't bring that sort of thing to work. He's not part of that side of hip hop.
Whatever that means.
Completely. We never cloth certified him, right? But if there was any hope of a threat for this fucking guy, it's gone, right?
Yeah.
So I'm getting my take out the way right now. Pack Lil Baby the fuck up. Cause I'm utterly and you wonder why your music ain't hitting, huh? Consider raps now. I don't know if he was on your lawn, but fuck this guy for that. That whole interview.
No.
Get some media training.
I mean, now that you mention it, yeah, he probably deserved a spot on my lawn. But no, I reserved my lawn for a few other entities.
Oh shit, we got
You.
multiples.
I mean, it's the end of the year. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who kick off my lawn. Nah, man, again, you know, look, not to toot my own horn, pause if applicable, but you know,
It's safe.
I was way more egregious today. You safe.
I've been saying for the longest, I never saw it for Lil Baby. There was something that wasn't quite there for me. Like there was like an element missing for me. You know what I mean? He had a presence. He had hits. You know what I mean? He was alongside Drake. He was alongside major
moments,
players.
fair is fair.
He had moments. You know what I mean? But he had his spot. But there was an element missing. And at the end of the day, like it's always to me about like, what's your motivation for being in the game and making music? So, because if it's just a job for you, all respect due. Everybody has their hustle. Everybody has their job. Everybody has their way of making money. You know what I mean? Lil Baby, I'm sure, you know, is made an inordinate amount of money. But if that's your sole motivation, you're gonna have a hard time really connecting with people for an extended period of time, because people need something more to connect to than just you doing your job. And at a certain point, you're gonna look at that job and it's not gonna be as fulfilling to you. You know what I mean? And that's what we're seeing with Lil Baby. Like he's ran the course of, you know what I mean, him doing, him doing this as a job, and we're not seeing any sort of, any other type of motivation behind him making music, to the point where it's not hitting for anybody. You know what I mean? Say what you will about Drake. I've said, everything and beyond about Drake, but there was a time where he was able to balance the job aspect of it with the, motivation aspect of it, or the being what's the word I'm looking for? Being I can't think of the word right now. But like he was making music that he felt resonated with him and felt resonated with his audience. Lil Baby, if you're only seeing this as a job, then
you know what, son?
You know what I mean?
To that conversation we had about 50. Lil Baby was heavy on the formula. He wasn't making shit for the art or the love or shit that spoke to him. Because I think back to that Hey record. That was clearly a formula record. Get a song that pop off. Get a little, get a moment that jingles,
viral moment,
something that's easy and catchy,
6 wise.
play the stream game, shit like that. And the streets was just like, nah, this ain't it, bruh. But academics is saying, yo, this is not good. You need to be concerned. Deanie, what do you think about his comments in this interview saying, you know, he's not part of the swinging hip hop? Don't bring that to work. What?
I knew from the first time I seen Lil Baby count bread that this was a job for this nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? This nigga is the hustler, bro.
So then what do you love, Lil Baby? Just money? It's just money?
They're getting the money that acts like it's pretty for him. I think it's how Mitch was with the hustling. You know what I'm saying? I just want them to remember my name. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. If I stop doing this shit, will the people love me the same? You get what I'm saying? I just feel like he's reached, I don't want to say reached his zenith, but he kind of did. Like you did what you do. You made a shit ton of money for it, and your heart's not in it anymore. You get what I'm saying? Before the nigga was rapping like the rent was due, but now I could buy houses no more. The rent's not due anymore, you know? So
the mortgage is paid.
Other people's mortgages are paid.
Facts.
So he just lost the hunger. And like you said, it's formulaic, so he's trying to find that's why it's really sad, because sometimes you got to put yourself around those people. And I think being around Gunna would have been really helpful for him to try to like revitalize his sound, you know? Get back to them drip or drown days when the people really fuck with him. Sometimes you got to go back to go forward. Yep. But there's so many bridges cut off. You know, it just everything's working against this kid right now. Even though I did like the song he did with Central C, you know, I thought he was trying to find his way after that. I'm not really a big fan of the Touchdown joint, even though it's not one of the worst songs he's made in the last. It's probably the better of like the last.
Central C song did hit? Because hip hop doesn't require that song anymore.
Bruh, and he supposedly he didn't write it for whatever that means. But like I thought that was a good song. I thought that was a good motion for him. He might want to step into that. Like he might want to grime it out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's better than what we've been getting from him from the last couple of years, you know? Like what's the joint that had the goats on it?
It's only me, or there's only me.
That
like
album was crazy, bro. And it's been
me versus me. That shit was trash. Had himself on a Mount Rushmore.
No, the good one, bro.
Oh, my turn. That's
there we go.
Yeah.
That's the one that had all. This is 2021.
Shitting on that whack album. That was 2020.
2020.
Pandemic.
Like it's
right
really
in the
since
middle
then.
Of the pandemic.
Since then,
4 years is a long time.
It is,
rap,
bro. He's been popping out, but everything he's popping out for is like not dope music. It's popping out for like Baby Mama drama. It's popping out for weird hugs at Rick Rubin parties. I mean,
but an artist would pay attention to what the
like,
landscape needs and deliver it. Kenny know he couldn't give niggas Mr. Morale again. He knew exactly what was needed in the moment.
Yeah.
Some West Coast shit. The West Coast needed that representation.
Yep.
And think about
Kendrick.
Right, but what I'm saying is, it's not about being Kendrick. It's about knowing what the space needs. Like,
read the room.
All right, because look what he did. Because young West Coast is popping. I tell you all the time, I listen to LA Leakers. There's mad young niggas out west cooking. Look what Kenny got on the album. Mad young niggas.
Yeah.
He paid attention to what was happening in his city and the sound that was popping off, and he enveloped it and made some shit. Listen to Young Atlanta, little baby. What's popping in Atlanta right now? Envelop that shit and make the next cultural album for your city. Leave the fucking formula alone, nigga.
All the Atlanta check boxes are gone. The Migos check box is gone.
Nigga, Quavo making country music, nigga.
You see that? It don't seem like him and Future got that kind of vibe.
I don't know.
Him and Gunna ain't working out.
My boy
Who
Breezy.
knows what's up with
You
him
ain't
and
hear
Thug?
Quavo song?
No, I did.
Oh.
I'm just saying
That nigga's in no man's land right now.
that might not be the path.
If Future is showing you what to do, maybe get with Metro. Get produced. Maybe it's time for you to be produced.
That's a good concept.
Masito, last but not least on this topic, is it time to pack Lil Baby up?
Yeah, it's time to pack Lil Baby up, man. Pack Lil Baby up, because you should have came out and said this shit in the middle of the battle, nigga. Like, nobody gives a fuck that you didn't want Kendrick to say your name 8 months later, bro. Like, pack Lil Baby up for getting bodied on the song by Central C. Pack Lil Baby up because the collection of singles that he's dropped for the last 3 or 4 years are maybe the worst collection of singles that you ever heard in your life. Pack Lil Baby up because he stopped letting Gunna ghostwrite for him. Pack Lil Baby up because he only put out one good album 4 years ago. Pack Lil Baby up because if you heard one Lil Baby verse, you heard all of them verses. Pack Lil Baby up because he's the second hottest baby in the last 5 years. Shouts to the baby. He rap better than this nigga. You know what I mean? Pack Lil Baby up for numerous reasons. Pack Lil Baby up because the stink of him got Lil Durk locked up. Pack Lil Baby up because there was 3 Future albums. Did Lil Baby make any of the 3? You tell me, Dean. I forgot, man. Pack Lil Baby up because even his niggas know he's whack at this point. Pack Lil Baby up expeditiously right now, please.
Lil Baby.
Once he started wearing the funny fits, I knew it was over.
The second hottest Baby, man.
Hold on.
That was my take.
The weird outfits let you know what's
I'm
going
glad
on.
Mace came around. God
Let's
damn.
stick this landing. In the words of Lord Jamar.
Like, who is this guy? Where'd he come from? And why do we fucking keep acting like he's somebody that we need to fuck with? Get rid of this guy.
Sorry, Lil Baby, your time is up here, sir. You can be rich. You're richer than us. We understand.
Yes.
But
It's only you.
until you make some fire, that money has a limitation to it, good brother.
Yeah.
And right now, you struggling. Last award segment of the night. We got 2 more awards to hand out.
Dessert.
I think one of them is pretty unanimous. The other one we might disagree on.
Okay.
First and foremost, Song of the Year
Ooh.
for 2024. I got Not Like Us. It's pretty fucking obvious.
Shit.
Since they're the rap star.
I'm going. Part of me wants to go with Euphoria, but I'm gonna go with Not Like This. Fuck it.
No diamonds.
It's Euphoria, bro. Like,
Oh, shit.
it's nothing nobody can tell me. There's no accent you can tell me. Like, come on, bro. What is it? The braids? Come on, bro. It's Euphoria is the best rap song this year, regardless of this. Euphoria is the best rap song of this year, maybe in the last fucking 3 or 4 years.
You know what?
Like, it's Euphoria, bro.
Fuck it.
It's
I'm
Euphoria.
changing my pick. I'm going with Euphoria.
Let's go Euphoria.
shit.
Let's go.
Euphoria.
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 Of the year.
Honorable mentions?
Not Like Us.
Like us, I mean, like that.
Honorable mentions that's not Kendrick?
Claustrophobic. That's my personal joint.
Type shit.
Type. No, I didn't love type shit. How you love type? Shit.
Reincarnated.
Shit.
Fisher, for sure. What? It's
Harlem River Drive by Fergie
yeah.
Babies up
Fire.
there for me.
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, let me go on my lexicon right now. I'm gonna give you the songs that I've been spinning ad nauseum. This year.
I'm gonna put, while you're searching for that, I'm gonna put Bullfrog by Doechii. Love
Peekaboo's
that
up
song.
there for
101
Let
by
It Cook.
Gunna
me.
is up there
Ohio
for
is
me.
up there for me.
Let It Cook, Glorilla.
Let It Cook, Glorilla.
Coke
That's up
Runs
there.
on Stabbed and Shot
TGI
2
Friday.
featuring Ransom up there for me. Watch List is up there for me. I'm gonna tell you right now. We're gonna run down the list.
The shit.
Midlife
the
Crisis,
shit
I
with,
mentioned earlier.
Photobomb with
Ransom and
Ron.
Conway.
Is that me? Photobomb. Please kill that. Walt. Photobomb with Ransom and Conway. And
Starbucks with Rome Street.
Starbucks.
Darren.
Yeah, Starbucks. with-
Nefarious at the end of. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's mad joints.
Fucking It's Your Anniversary, Freddie Gibbs, which ended up being cut from the
man.
album.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there was some type
Fire.
of sample
Yeah.
clearance issue there, but like,
The Most by Benny the Butcher from Summertime Bush. Summer 24 was tough as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This joints B, I could keep going. I go to Gunna. One of One was fire.
Yeah.
What's That was
Proud
fire.
of them.
Proud of Them was fire.
Hey,
Treach.
listen.
Shout out to him using New York lingo. Treach, because
Yeah.
y'all Atlanta niggas is not taking that. Treach is New York lingo, nigga.
Lil
Yes.
Demon Future. Throw that in there.
oh, they about to take credit for that.
Future.
What?
They're gonna take credit for that. You know
Treach?
that? Yeah,
No way.
Fuck them niggas, man.
they're gonna.
That's our lingo. He came to the city and took that, bro. You know what I mean? I was saying kids in New York called girls Treaches, and I was confused.
Fucking, what's that? Little CJ was like, had the whole city bumping that shit crazy. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, we got a bunch of songs we can name, but but let's get to the last but not least. We bookending it with MVP awards. We started with the men's MVP. Now we gotta go with the women's MVP for 2024. Do you need a balance? The misogynist here at the table. Who is your pick for women's MVP?
This was a tough one for me, but I'm going with Doechii, man.
What?
I'm going with Doechii.
Unbelievable.
Yo, like the album was amazing.
You need to sit over
TDED.
there next episode,
Yo,
man.
I love what she did. I love what she did at the Tiny Desk. I love what she did on Colbert.
Deanie.
I love what she did at the Christmas special. No, she just a breath of fresh air to me, bro. Like she checks a lot of boxes, and a lot of female rappers don't check all the boxes for me. She checks a lot of
You see
boxes.
what she just did with Issa Rae?
What?
She did the joint with Issa Rae that she performed her song.
At the
Yeah.
That's the mold, bro.
Yo, I'm just
Clearly, man.
she's fire, bro, and she's very different. And it's not just cheek raps. You get what I'm saying? It's not.
That's fair. It's your pick.
Alligator Bites Never Hit was amazing.
Deanie
Yeah.
talk. No, Deanie, sincere, talk to me.
This Doechii, man.
Of course.
Glow could be a
Doechii.
close second, man.
Of course.
No, shouts to Glow for real. I like Glow, But Doechii,
though?
Doechii,
MVP.
That's crazy.
Doechii's a star, man.
She didn't have the year Glow had.
Glow did have it, and she
Glow
dropped
had a
Glorious
full
album.
year.
2 major singles.
Obviously, Glorilla's my pick. I don't know what you got, Mase, but I got Glorilla.
You got
He got
Oh,
Glorious.
no.
I was letting you cook.
Doechii
Nah,
out.
fuck it. I mean, we're short on time. Doechii's my pick. Like
shout to Doechii.
since July, since that
fuck with
video,
Doechii.
that bullfrog video. As soon as I seen it,
So it wasn't the cheeks on the stage that
no.
did it?
As soon as I seen it, I was like,
Fucking,
this is different.
Doja-
It's a different energy.
Doja Cat.
Okay.
This
You
is
got
this
Doja?
is a
Nah,
star.
I'm fucking with. About to pick Doja Cat on niggas. You know what I mean? Best female rapper alive.
For her last time, bro.
Yeah, I got jumped bad that time. Even in comments. Doechii, she had a very strong year, but something about her year felt very Section 80 Kendrick, So Far Gone Drake,
Yeah.
Friday Night Light Cole. It felt like the rookie of the year, not
Right.
the MVP.
She's definitely
year.
rookie of the year.
You know what I mean? So I Doechii, I think she got years coming that are a MVP year for her. Amongst female rap, I'll say it felt very much like this is the Intercontinental title of female rap. I don't feel like it's a heavyweight championship, but I'll go with Meg. Super strong year for Meg, for her, especially for her. Put out the album and the deluxe, headlined the world tour, which she headlined over Glorilla.
True.
You know what I mean? Dropped Hiss, which was, you know, what a lot of people felt was Nicki's Euphoria. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll listen to you because I didn't even listen to 2 days. But she had a very strong year. I think this was the culmination of what she was doing. She followed my boy Drizzy, got in the courtroom recently, you know what I'm saying? Lawyers up, you know what I'm saying? We there, you know what I mean? Rock Nation lawyers packing Tory the fuck up. You feel me? So I'm gonna go with Meg this year.
Meg?
I gotta go with Meg.
All I'm hearing,
Meg.
all I'm hearing is
Stallion.
Mason Jarve split the vote, which means it's the TDE rap.
No way,
The
bro.
TDE round
Doechii's
table.
not ladies MVP, bro.
Punch, holla at us,
That's
man.
your base. What the fuck,
Yo,
bro?
that's crazy, man.
She's fire.
I'm not, I don't support this. Doechii's not MVP, bro.
Glow had an amazing
She
year.
had a
Shit,
good
even
second
Sexy
half.
Red had a good year.
Hey, the votes have it, man.
But Glow had a better year than everybody we naming outside of. Nah, she had a better year than Meg.
So you said
because even Rock Nation knew at
I
a certain
think they
point.
both is. I mean,
Meg year was big, but it was
Glow
forced.
has the people.
That's why I feel like she
Glow has the
MVP.
people. Glow has the people.
She got
I'll
the
give her that.
songs too, bro. Like what we doing
I feel
here?
like Meg's
How
involved in
packed
making
Glow
things
up
like
on
Matter of
that
fact,
song.
matter of
blew
fact,
up,
we
right?
can't give Glow first team all rapper and not say she MVP, bro. Fuck out
I
of here.
love.
That's true.
Again, I love Glow. I love her
Yeah,
energy.
yo, she had a great year.
Let's go with
She
Glow.
Doechii
love
didn't have no
Glow
year
Flow.
Glow had. And Doechii got the machine.
Listen.
Fucking Rolling Stones said she got album of the year. We supporting that now?
That's
Glow
crazy.
got two
That's
of the
crazy.
hardest singles out.
Let's
Glow
go.
speak for the ladies, my nigga. The bitches don't even like, oh shit.
She about to drop the
Yo,
joint with
relax,
Sexy Red.
Relax, bro. Relax.
The ladies don't even like Glorilla.
Whoa. It wasn't me. I feel like Shaggy right now,
You
nigga.
mean they don't like Doechii?
It wasn't
I'ma switch my pick to Glow, and the chat
Let's see free smoke, man.
You casted your
Glow
vote.
was
I
dope.
don't
Nah,
never let
doing?
You
Doechii
casted
be
your
Glow
vote,
was
man.
dope, bro.
Listen,
What we doing?
I love Glorilla.
bro.
The ladies don't even fuck with Doechii.
Glorilla-
How we gonna give up?
Glorilla's a star.
Because y'all niggas.
Glorilla's a star. But
Right.
Doechii's a mega
The
star.
ladies don't even fuck with
Doechii,
Doechii.
I'm putting it on.
Based on who?
I'm
The
putting it.
niggas?
I'm
Not
putting it on
numbers.
wax right now. Doechii
11K first week?
Doechii's gonna drop a classic
That's not a
album
superstar
in the
For the
near
men.
future.
In Singapore.
In the near future, Doechii's dropping a classic.
But-
she is the next big megastar in
That's
rap.
for
Oh
who?
my God.
Because the women
Mark
not
my words.
The women not fucking with Doechii. They fucking with Glow.
Yes, they are, bro.
Nigga,
What are
we
you
see
talking
the
about?
comments. The white women?
Shot
talking
o'clock. The ladies do love
The
some
black
shot
girls
o'clock, man.
speak through Glorilla. They're not speaking through Doechii, my nigga.
It's
You're not on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, it's TikTok.
The young,
The rap table is split. Chat.
the young
you
ladies.
decide.
Is
they
it Glow
love
or is
Doechii.
it Doe?
Make the
Let
right
us know,
decision,
y'all.
chat. Make the right
shit,
decision.
that
Let
was
us know. We might have to make
Okay.
a poll on this.
That
Or
man.
they gonna call
Wow,
us bought
funny.
and sold for, okay?
can't
The
make,
heart and
you
soul
can't
of
manufacture
lady rap.
moments
Listen,
like that.
we've been
Palm of
talking
your
for
hands.
years. Who's gonna be the next big rap
It's
star?
Glorilla.
It's Doechii.
Glorilla kinda is already
Doechii's
a-
the
Glorilla
next
is the next
rap star.
black big rap star for the ladies.
Oh my God!
Rolling
Now
Stone-
Doechii's not black.
The whites have chosen Doechii.
Oh my!
The
Here we
blacks
go.
have chosen
Here we
Glorilla.
go.
To
Here
pimp a
we go
Doechii.
again.
This nigga put in the group chat that
seen
Rolling
this
Stone
happen
put
before.
Doechii album over Kenny album, my nigga. If that don't tell you what you
Nah,
need
that
to
was
know,
a little wild.
That was
That was wild.
crazy.
That's crazy.
That was
wild.
blasphemy.
That's crazy.
Give Rolling
But
Stone
she
out
had-
of here for
she-
that.
funny ass segment.
Breath
I
of-
didn't think he was
breath of
gonna.
fresh
I
air,
knew
bro.
he was gonna
Female
disagree,
rap,
but I
baby.
didn't know he was gonna end up here, bro. All right. Let's get up out of here. You know what I mean? Real quick, Macito, talk to me, bro. What you got for us on the sag?
Yeah, we wrap it up quick. Just like you say, this is kind of like a year ender for us.
Yes, sir.
I knew we was talking industry already with the record sales. I know, I already was the voice of the embassy. Shouts to Family Matters Verse 2. You know what I mean? Send that check. But let's end the year correct. Deanie, this is actually inspired by you with the super bold pick of Big X the Plug in the all rap team.
Yes, sir.
I had to say, let's give him the best young rappers of the year. Let's give a bronze, a silver, and a gold medal. Now,
Here for it.
like you say, I got Big X the Plug with the bronze medal this year.
Okay.
Drop Take Care.
Fire.
Multiple joints that were in rotation. You heard outside, you heard in the spot, you heard in the cars, you might have heard in the trap. I don't know nothing about the trap.
And New York niggas
block-
fuck with
the
Big X
biggest-
Plug too.
Right,
Y'all niggas
right.
from New York
Mad
don't like the
joints, bro.
South.
Found himself in a commercial with,
Back
or
with
the
my
Prize
bullshit.
Picks commercial with Budden and Drewski. Like Big
Yeah.
X the Plug doing his
Outside.
thing, man. Like without being like a caricature like old boy Dave Blunt. You know what I mean?
Right,
like you could be a
facts.
big dude and not be a weirdo. Like, come on now.
Is that the
Shouts
guy
to Big
who,
X.
the
Yeah,
nigga in the
guy
purple
tank.
suit that's
Yeah,
dying in
that-
front of us?
Yeah,
Yup.
tank, yeah.
Yup, you know what I
Grimace
mean?
ass
I ain't with it,
Crazy.
man. That's
I'm
corny.
sorry.
Yeah, that's some wicked shit though. That's just crazy to look at, bro.
I ain't with it, man.
crazy
So
shit.
shouts to Big X the Plug. Very strong, yeah.
Shout out to Texas.
Yeah, shouts to Texas, man. Like Texas need to get some love. Silver medal for me, I gotta give it to Cash Cobain out of New York,
For
man.
sure.
Had the super huge hit this year. Fisher, got Ghost Roll for Drake on the track. Had a joint that nobody liked with J. Cole, but that's J. Cole's fault, not
It helped
his.
very
That,
cold,
that
honestly.
Right.
Grippy
That Ice
shit.
Spice
Right.
feature was crazy
Ice
too.
Spice feature was crazy.
Yeah.
The
Best
Layla,
Ice
Not
Spice
My
ever
Problem.
sounded, my nigga.
Facts.
The Not My Problem feature was crazy.
That was a little slapper.
Yeah.
Dropped to
Yeah.
listen to Cash Cobain
Before
this year.
Ass Spice is
Performed
off
at the
the
Future We Don't Trust You tour.
Right,
He was
has
outside.
kind of progressed the New York drill sound. He has what he calls sexy drill, you know what I mean? Pause
Sure.
if applicable, you know what I mean? I don't know what drills are sexy.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Maybe
you know
if
what I
it's
mean?
missionary, I don't know.
Well, ask Snoop. You know what I mean? But kind of created a whole new lane for a lot of New York rappers. A new sound was
Facts.
everywhere. Was the live performances out here in the city? The live performances were
Everywhere.
going crazy. You know what I mean? From young to old, people were supporting Cash Cobain this year.
Facts.
So shouts to him for the silver medal. Gold medal. Another favorite of Dean's. What seems like the most anticipated rapper that hasn't dropped this year, Playboi Carti, bro. We spoke a lot last week about the progression of the sounds and where hip hop was going. And I seen a lot of you in the chat. A couple of you hit me on Twitter saying that we kind of forgot, the wave that Carti's starting. You know what I mean? You had All Red this year. That went crazy. You had the Timeless joint with The Weeknd. Went crazy. Type shit with Future and Trav. Went crazy. You heard that everywhere.
Cardi made the album, but Baby ain't make the album. Tough.
Tough,
Crazy,
tough.
right?
The
It's kinda
new,
loud.
the new Atlanta. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
to me, young rap, like I think Cardi, especially when you look at the Ken Carsons, the Destroy Lonelys, the niggas that's all biting his style right now that are really blowing up. For young rap, even without an album that he keeps telling us he's gonna fucking drop, but even without an album, just the wave, the movement, the guest verses, the anticipation. We gotta give the gold medal to Playboi Carti this year, man.
All right, applaud
Oh,
the
yeah.
young rappers of
For sure.
2024. Looking forward to what they bring to the table in 2025. But moving on, we got my favorite segment, which is the mailbag. Besito, stay right there. We have a really terrible name. I want to be clear right now. Toilet Tisha 122 says,
Oh, that's an outcast politician.
Okay. Better you than me. Megan didn't do, because the thing is, I'm so paranoid of the questionable shit. I see toilet tissue.
So are we in Dubai?
Right. Exactly. I don't trust these niggas. Megan didn't do 100K like a lot of her peers in caps.
Right.
But she did have a sold-out tour and a hit song. There are people y'all think are hot but have to cancel tours. Maybe Megan, an independent artist, needs the Drake bots. Remember, Gunna didn't hit 100K. Mace, what do you say to this Megan situation?
She's making a good point. Meg has a lot of motion, but Meg has so much motion that the numbers end up looking a little bit lackluster. When you look at the endorsements she has, when you look at every Twitter post that Meg get 50K likes. She with the president, with Glow, with the president. So I think that's what makes us kind of look at Meg like a disappointment sometimes, because the numbers don't really number the way
don't match the machine.
They don't match it. They don't match it. And the independent thing, listen, Meg is not independent. I seen a lot of that's Stan's new favorite shit. Meg is apparently independent. They telling me Kendrick is independent. They telling me everybody they like is independent. No, bro. No, it's not the case. You know what I mean? Just
Bad
because they don't got Suge Knight with them. Right.
Rock Nation is a machine. Interscope is still involved with Kenny. Like, what are we talking about?
Monopoly.
So, Meg, we give her credit. You see how lame
the Super Bowl independent, bro.
Right.
What do you mean?
Right. You know what I mean? It was either him or fucking Cage.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Insane clown posse. But yeah, I gave Meg her flowers. I named her female rap MVP. You know what I mean? But when you looking at her in the entire scope of things, yeah, sometimes this shit look a little iffy. We give her credit. Shouts to the sold out tour. Shouts to the
Niggas
album.
saying the tickets was for the Lowski though.
Yeah, I heard about that. So I heard that the they would do one of them joints where the back of the stage ain't even filled no more. You know what I mean? They don't even have any capacity.
They don't
back
even make
there.
those seats available for sale.
Yeah.
It's that old
So
wrestling trick.
I ain't trying to drag Meg, but some shit look a little iffy in the light sometimes.
All right, so we have Christopher Hogan here. This one is for sincere. He says, the problem I have with hip hop about Drake is when he first came out and was being himself, he was clowned for being lame, a simp too, emotional, and he had no swag. But when he changes up and tries to be cool now, he's a culture vulture and cosplaying, which Drake do. Y'all, this nigga didn't put no periods or commas. Y'all want and the one you pick don't clown him for being it. Christopher. Hip hop is to blame for whatever Drake has become, because if he would have accepted it for who he was in the beginning, he would still be that way. Sounds like
what?
Bale.
Once a lame, always a lame.
Okay.
Damn.
Next.
Should have leaned into it. All right, Deanie the Balance, this one is for you. What is his name? Dean TR Bruce 2012-13. Did you guys keep up with the numbers? Drake had, in caps, the most monthly stream listens. As of this month, he's in third place in monthly listens. Eminem is in second place and Kendrick is in first place as of December.
Sounds like water's wet, bro. Like the biggest L in rap history right now. And Eminem is maybe the most selling hip hop artist of all time. And Kendrick Lamar basically has the fucking Infinity Gauntlet. Like, it sounds pretty normal to me.
Pretty apropos. Is this accurate information, Mace?
It literally is going back and forth throughout the days. Like, Kendrick had it early in the week, Sin probably peeped it, and then Drake had it at the end of the week. Like, you know what I mean?
Good for business, ain't it?
Good for business.
There you go.
One guy had his best year ever, one guy had his worst year ever, and they battling for the numbers. So, you know what I mean? Whatever.
One of our top detractors, Wesley Pipes, pulls up, and he says, y'all was slick hating on Sexy Red's success and creating this narrative that Ice Spice should be the hottest rapper, and she's not getting her proper recognition because she's from New York. Y'all said Ice Spice has bars. I don't remember anyone saying that.
Bars?
Nobody said that.
If you really listen.
He made that up.
She's got a bar.
He said y'all said Ice Spice has bars if you really listen. None of the songs Ice Spice dropped this year did anything. Honestly, I don't think majority of female rap fans care about bars. They want music to twerk to and to have fun to. Rhapsody would be triple platinum if females cared about bars. So first and foremost, Wesley, we're not slick hating on Sexy Red. We acknowledge Sexy Red's presence, but we as a podcast have never sanctioned Sexy Red. In fact, we felt like the CIA was responsible for Sexy Red on this podcast.
Especially after hearing
So it's
about
like, why the fuck would you expect us to give her any kind of flowers if after saying some shit like that? Secondly, we never once said Ice Spice has bars. I know I said she can rap. And if you understand the lexicon of the rap roundtable, if I put he or she can rap, that just means that they can rap. It don't mean that they nice. It just means that they not hot shit like you thought. They're like steaming pile of doo-doo.
Right.
If you go back to 2020, 2021 era, the birth of She Can Rap, you'll be surprised whose name was attached to that. I can't tell you who it is.
Very.
You know what I'm saying?
Very.
But just so you know, that don't mean that we think they nice. It just means that lay off of them because he's not as bad as you say they are. That's it.
Right.
Last but not least, a compliment. Shade the Artist says, the music in the background is amazing. The beats brought to you by Sincere Beats. He makes beats.
Super producer.
You know, one of my favorite beats. He wasn't here. I'm gonna run this beat back. He might not be a fan of me running this beat back, but I'm gonna run it back and it's fucking fire. So that's what we did. But anyway, we are somewhere in New York City.
Yeah. What?
Multiple vagrants lingering, doing a bunch of bullshit, and it's the last one of the year. So we need all of them too.
Get off my lawn.
Get off Sincere's lawn.
It's the end of 2024, and I've noticed a lot of bullshit growing this year. Specifically, a lot of platforms out there that are vulturous in nature, that are not like us, you know what I mean? And that somehow have, one way or another, grown to actually have a voice that people listen to in the culture, quote unquote, in the culture. Us here at the Rap Roundtable, we know better. You know what I mean? These are not people of the cloth. These are not people that are like us. Right? But their voice and their takes, they, you know, people listen to them, pay attention to them, and carry them, and retweet them, and react to them. You know what I mean? And I think we need to leave this shit in 2024 and not carry it into 2025. You know what I mean? It's a lot of vulture platforms. Aiden Ross.
You calling them out, yeah.
Fuck off my lawn. Adam 22. I don't know how this motherfucker's married to a porn star and makes a porn podcast. All of a sudden he has hip hop takes that people are listening to and giving credit, you know, clout to. Fuck off my lawn. I'm gonna bring her up. Bobby Althoff. She's been off the lawn. But let's make sure that she stays off the lawn. Because I feel like she was one of the OGs of this movement.
Yeah.
It's Adam 22, but I'm gonna let you go.
I think she's,
you know what I mean?
Adam been vulturing for years, my nigga.
So thank you for getting off my lawn, Bobby.
What about that?
Please stay the fuck off. Of course, you know what I mean, the infamous Andrew Schultz.
Oh, wow. Get him out of here.
Got him.
Jav got him off the lawn. I wanted to get him off the lawn, but I wasn't around. I'm gonna get you off the lawn now.
We gotta treat Andrew Schultz like, remember that video where the nigga wanted to turn crip and he was 30 and he had to join in the park? Fight back. Like, we gotta hop, bro.
Fight back.
Same way, bro. Right in that park. Fuck out of here.
Uppercuts, rain.
You know what I mean? And look, and to be clear, there's platforms within the culture that I don't necessarily rock with. You know what I mean? Like academics and some other work, but like. There's something especially vulturous about these platforms. XQC, I don't know how much he really partakes in these discussions and talks about, you know, hip hop and the culture. I don't know how many, you know, takes he has, but I know Drake ended up on his platform. You know what I mean? So he might need to get off my lawn too. But long story short, if I'm forgetting anybody, right, fellas, please remind me if you want to throw any names.
What was
in
the name
here.
of that dude from on the radio who said boom bap? annoys him. Whoever his name
Oh,
is.
yo, thank you. I don't know his
Joe.
name, but that young white kid on the radar
Called it unk music, bro.
that was talking about get that
You don't
unk
even
shit
have
out of
unk.
here. Anything with soul in it, anything that's boom bap. He said he like he hates it. Get that unk shit the fuck out of here. He needs to get the fuck off my lawn.
You're not even sanctioned, bitch.
And this is the thing that it's like some of these entities have sidled up next to people that are actually in the culture or adjacent to the culture, right? And to the point where, when they say something, all of a sudden, it's somehow sanctioned by association.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that shit needs to fucking end, right? It needs to end on several fronts. It needs to end with somebody like a Charlemagne letting an Andrew Schultz sit next to him and say wild shit just for the sake of saying wild shit and being quote unquote funny.
Playing internet games.
You know what I mean? Like newsflash, buddy. It's not funny. It's just it's salacious. It gets the people riled up, but it's not actually fun. You're not a funny person.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Damn, I was thinking of somebody else, but long story short.
Tommy Richmond been kicked off a lot of lawns.
Yeah, long story short.
He might not even have a home musically. At this
Right.
point.
If you're somebody within the culture and you're giving these vultures a platform next to you or like with you, you need to get the fuck off my lawn too. You know what I mean? Also, the audience. We need to stop giving these people the light. We need to stop giving these people the attention. We need to stop feeding the trolls. You know what I mean? When they tell you don't feed the gremlin after midnight, listen to that shit. You know what I mean? Stop feeding them. Stop liking, stop retweeting, stop quote tweeting. Just that, like the amount of times I saw that kid on the radar talk about unk shit, and that shit was just like spread through all of
Fire.
you know what I mean? All the extensions of the internet, because people were so up and on. Like, just see it for the bullshit that it is. Like, there's no like that person. He doesn't have a name. He doesn't have any sort of clout in the cult. Like, there's nothing about him that gives him any sort of authority to speak on the culture, so you shouldn't even take it seriously. I saw it so many times, I ignored it every single fucking time, because it's like the algorithm doesn't care whether you agree with it or don't agree with it. As long as you react to it somehow,
engage, right.
It's going to grow. So these weeds, stop allowing them to grow. Stop feeding them, stop watering them, let them fucking die. You know what I mean? Let the motherfuckers die and get the fuck off my lawn. Please and thank you. Let 2024 be the last year of this bullshit, bro.
Shit, he landed it. I don't got nothing more to add to it. In 2025, we bringing a new energy. This is the last time you're gonna see us until 2025. We will be back in January. Thank you for taking this trip with us. But we've earned ourselves a little break.
Yeah, man.
Little break.
Yeah.
You know
We
what
tell
I'm
them
saying?
we going on a break though, Jov. That's the difference.
Oh, nah, niggas. Niggas got packed out and they called it a break after the fact. And they still ain't recovered.
Squabble up.
They still ain't recovered.
Oh, my
Hundreds,
goodness.
nigga. Fraud ass. See, why you getting me worked up, nigga? You know I don't like them niggas. But at least we tell you up
Gene
front.
Oakland over
We
here,
don't
yeah?
vanish,
Mr.
have
Fire
niggas
starter.
looking for you that say, oh, see, it's a new season. Like, nah, we taking a little break. We don't do seasons at the Rap Round Table. We episodic.
You feel me?
One little break for the holidays. Recharge. We'll be back in January with new energy, new friends, but the
New
same
gigs.
Rap Round Table you know and love. Diddy the Balance, take us home.
Yo, from the fucking day ones to the year fives out this bitch, man. We love y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know how we rock. And shout out to super producer Walt, man. Always holding us down.
Ginobili.
To the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Mase The Voice of the culture. Keeping you all the way up to date with shit that's going on. Shit that you might just need to know. You hear the production. You see the vibes. Sincere the motherfucking rap snob. Back in the building. The lawn. Get your fertilizer. He got y'all niggas, man. Jav the motherfucking point guard. You dig? You know, legend in 2 games. You know, he always keeps the motherfucking offense smooth. I'm Dean the Bound to the Force, man. Your mother's favorite. And with our powers combined, man, we bringing heat to 2025. Stay tuned. Bigger, better, bigger visuals. We love y'all. Hit the fucking like. The Rap Roundtable, man. We out of here, you dig?
The heroes they hate.